See, people be living like, if I could just at my church, they would be like, boy, they don't worship. I worship. Did y'all worship for real? Yeah. I was like, you don't know my story, and all the things I've been through. You don't know my pain, what I had to go through to get here. You will never understand my pain. Don't try to figure it out. No, it ain't for you to do. Your worship for real. I know my worship for real. Come on and worship for real. My worship is for real. My worship is for real. It's for real. My worship is for real. It's for real. Yeah. My worship is for real. You don't know my story. And all the things I've been through. Nah, you don't know my pain. And what I had to go through to get here. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world? In the end, he still loses soul. The pressure of his life, he's spiraling out of control. Pressure busting his pipe, he's slipping loose in his hole. And y'all, just about slim on his feet. Fire inside his belly and gave him power to speak. He speaks from the living waters. Spirit to be filled with God's will. You know his mercy is revealed. You know your worship for real. I know my worship for real. Come on, let worship for real. Come on, let worship for real. You know your worship for real. I know my worship for real. Come on, let worship for real. Come on, let worship for real. You know your worship for real. I know my worship for real. Come on, let worship for real. Come on, let worship for real. You know your worship for real. I know my worship is real. Come on, let worship for real. Come on, let worship for real. Come on, let worship for real. You know your worship for real. I know my worship for real. You know what the problem is? It's like I used to girls, I want y'all to get down like this. Y'all not get down like this. The spirit got to be in play. And as you can see, with your own two eyes, this may look like a guy sitting up with a bunch of girls having the whole session. Because that's exactly what it is. Hey, you know what? They sound really good. That's the sweet side of this time. Kingdom goes, and nothing but the kingdom goes. I plead the blood. I plead the blood. And it will never lose its power. The lusty works, the lusty works, the lusty works, the lusty works, the lusty works. I know it works because it saved me. I know it works because it raised me. I know it works because it filled me. I know it works because it filled me. and it will never lose its power. Hey, the blood still works, 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 the blood still works. I plead the blood. I plead the blood. I plead the blood. I plead the blood. And it will never lose its power. The blood still works. 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 Look the devil in his eye, I know that the devil is a lie. He's a lie. Try to set me up to fall in his traps. Nice try, nice effort, no more Mr. Nice Guy. No cutting off my right arm or my right eye. Back to the commandments, gotta do away with. Gotta walk this walk, can't just say faith. We walk by faith, not by sight. Called out of darkness into the light. Trusting Yah in the power of His might. For real in the battlefield. Elohim is my truth and my shield. Jehovah Jireh, my provider, servant of the Most High. We on fire. The enemies of God see blood. Praying that my people don't get caught up in the flood. Souls full of hate, we don't operate in love. All about a dollar, get it poppin' in the club. Streets on lock, get it jumping on the block with the work. Give it to your mama, she gon' get this work. Yeah, the blood still works. Blood still works. And it will never lose its power. The blood still works. 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 I plead the blood. I plead the blood. Oh, I plead the blood. Oh, I plead the blood. And it will never, no, it will never lose its power. And the blood still works, 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 the blood still works. It will never, no, it will never lose its power. The blood still works, blood still works.
With all deceivableness of unrighteousness.
All praises to the Most High. Kingdom goes. What the kingdom goes. Kingdom goes. And nothing but the kingdom goes. I plead the blood. Some more, right? Don't kill the message. Don't do it. I am just a nobody. Trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. I am just a nobody. Trying to tell everybody, yeah, about somebody.
What's going on with you? You gonna come into the thing?
I am the voice of one crying.
I said the top of the album.
Make quickly I should, but this kingdom is forever. Who you gonna run to?
Yeah, it's links up and everything.
Gonna run to? The most high is guiding me through these endeavors. But where
You
the
doing what?
Lord is,
Shower.
there lies the treasure. Even through the
Oh,
turbulence and stormy weather, we do it to the finish
alright.
and
Got,
things will get better. Keep
got
going forever,
oh
and
shit.
everything will be cool.
I ain't sharing no more.
Everything will be fine. These voices of the new of your mind. I am just a nobody, trying to tell everybody. And if you feeling like I feel, everybody say yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah. Say yes, God, yes, God. Oh, we say yeah. We are all just nobody, trying to tell everybody about somebody. Say anybody,
Oh,
everybody. We are all just
thought I hung up.
nobody, trying to tell
You said you was
everybody
coming in?
about somebody. Say
Been live
anybody.
for 12 minutes. I
I
see
am
you. I
just
see you now.
nobody, trying to tell everybody about somebody. Say anybody. There's no glory in his name.
Yeah, he got out.
Remember when suicide feels tabernacle, purify your heart, for please let it rain. Come
So over there jamming, huh?
Schemanon.
Oh, him and I, he over there
Papa
jamming.
Tucker. Check him out. There you go. Can you see the video playing?
Nah, I don't see that's blank.
Man, I'm having some technical difficulties going on here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see it now?
Yeah, I can see him.
Alright, alright. Been doing the intro thing for a while. Here we go. Mark 67 once again on
Hallelujah.
y'all's arses. It's gonna be a hard one here. It's a lot of meat on this bone, man. This thing right here might hurt a little bit, you know. It's only gonna hurt a little bit if you ain't honest, man. If you're honest and you don't understand what's going on, we're not bringing to you lies. We're gonna bring to you, you know, uh, documentation from the heathen that brought forth a lot of this stuff. Cause we ain't know, these names and stuff. We heard these names and we heard them from the mouths of people that don't look like us. And we just grab a hold to it and took it and ran with it. And, it's time to go back. Thing about Hasatan is Hasatan can't hide the truth. He got to put it out there. And the reason he can't hide it is that when you get judged for not knowing it, it ain't gonna be because it wasn't available. It's gonna be because you didn't care enough to learn. So, Kudak, man, you wanna pray us in, man? Pray that the people get some edification, man, and receive this thing with open ears and open heart.
Hallelujah.
It's a little tough. Let's look. We're
Yeah.
gonna sing a little bit.
Barak Yahweh. Hallelujah. Father, Shemaim, we come to you, Father. We thank you in Yahushua Mashiach's name. Father, we ask you that you would look upon us with your favor that you have granted us through the one you sent, Yahushua Mashiach. Any wrong or anything that we have done that wasn't in line with you and your way, we ask you that you reveal it to us. And we ask you that you pardon us even now because we have a heart to do those things that are pleasing unto your sight. Father, forgive us of any wrongdoing that we have done. Father, we ask you that you will grant us the ability as we sit here and break bread in honor of you and your word, bringing forth edification to the people, that the people that's listening in with a pure heart that they may see, have eyes to see and ears to hear, Father. For these, we know that these the things that we're about to touch on is can be pretty touchy and it can be hard sayings. However, Heavenly Father, for the meek, allow them to fully receive them. And those that may think they know and hear something that may be contrary to what they already believe, I think, Father, we ask you that you will prick their hearts, that they consider and reconsider and do some researching, that they consider what's being said and take upon it, that they may move in the full direction of the way that you have purpose for us to return to the ancient path. We ask all these things in your precious son's name, Yahushua Mashiach, Father Yah, let your will be done.
God.
Hallelujah.
Be it. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's a mighty nice shirt you got on there, brother. That thing look
Oh
like good
yeah.
quality on that thing.
Oh yeah, man. It's courtesy to
That,
my Cody and Southern
that,
Kingdom of Pearl, you know.
and hey, listen, they
I
do a
be
little something. They do a little something now. They do
oh
do a
yeah.
little,
Yeah.
you know,
Double rate 645.
that didn't cost $10. But anyway, we're not going to dwell on that. It's the Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom to the brethren. Those of you who are going to
Shalom.
be in live and those of you who are going to tune in at a later time. I think I'm going to start to put the dates and stuff on these videos just in case, people can go back and say, well, this happened. This Friday. The Gregorian calendar says it's 9/19 Friday, January 22nd, 2021. That's where we at with it. Um, in Yasharal, man, it's a big thing about names. You know what I'm saying? Now, we'd have to do several videos on all the different names, but we're gonna stick with the ones of which we were all based in. From these original names, we've all come into different names we call the Hebrew or the English interpretation of the Hebrew writings. You know, get into Yahushua, Yahushai, um, you know, Yeshaya. It's a bunch of different things, but we're not going to touch on that today because that's a whole other thing. We are going to touch on the titles of God and Jesus Christ. Once you know, it don't even sound right coming off the tongue no more. It really hit different all the way around. But you know, Lord, uh, Christianity, a bunch of these things, man, that's a little tough. You got any opening remarks on that, man?
Well, I believe you covered it for the most part. Yeah, this is good. I do want to say this starting off because I was gonna slide it in there as we got going. That when that which is perfect come, you know that which is not must fade away, man. So um, it's time that the truth truly be told, and the Most High Yah has seen fit that at a time such as this, we bringing He's allowing us to bring this forth, and it's gonna be real good. So just sit back and relax, and take what we telling y'all. What the Most High Yah is using us as vessels to bring forth to y'all with a grain of salt, man, because this is gonna be something difficult because we've been what's that word? We've been desensitized to these terminologies and words and names, what have you, titles and things like that, because that's what's been taught and told us, and it's been uh, programmed to us as youngins, that we think that it's all right, or it's normal, or it ain't that big of a deal. It ain't no problem with it, but it is. And we need to know it. So how else can a person know unless they hear? And how can they hear unless
Unless
someone speak
they
it?
talk. Yeah.
Huh?
Unless
You
they
can
be
talk.
taught as well. How can I learn unless some man teach me?
Right. So,
Oh,
now it's time. It's time to bring these things about, and going on to perfection, y'all. Going on to maturity. Hmm?
after this, after we speak on God and Christ, then we're gonna get into another sensitive topic. Might have to splice that thing and cut this up into two videos. We're gonna do the whole thing out, but I might go in and separate it. But part about our sisters, man. And now, granted, I will say this: our sisters and our homes are in disarray because of the fall of the men, right? But now in this awakening, we have men coming together. We have men waking up and getting into their rightful positions as men, right? But they're getting a lot of flack. They're getting a lot of I put it like this: their work is cut out for them in trying to get back in and establish their position with the women, because the women are used to being in the man's place, or the women are accustomed to being able to do things at their own leisure. So, we're gonna speak on that. We're gonna speak to this the vanities of uh makeup and weaves and wigs. These things, you know, a lot of sisters putting it all down, right? And if you go and you ask any of these sisters why they do it, they said because, you know, they feel as if that's not what the Most High intended for them. They feel it's vanity, you know. So I would, man, I hate I don't have no sisters on here to give y'all that testimony, because it's gonna seem like we as the men is just women bashing, but it's not the case. We your brothers. Listen, me and this brother right here really love our people and really want us to do better as a whole and for everybody. I would that all should be saved. You get
Right.
what I'm saying? But I know that's not realistic. But at the same time, we have to bring forth these words and these, you know, messages and hopes to reach those with whom have ears to hear, you know, and a soft heart and a soft neck to receive these things, right? So that will come after this portion here. Let me share my screen. I've already pulled up this thing. Many people don't know. Okay, we have this thing about Christianity. Christianity comes from, you know, Christian, which comes from Christ, which supposedly in in Roman and Catholicism and Greek means anointed, right? Now, just for common sense purposes, I would ask you, uh, are people that rape their children, molest their children, rape other people's children, pillage, kill, rob, have gay orgies and, you know, family orgies, what they know about being anointed?
Hmm.
What you know, what would they know about a righteous anointing to even have it in their vocabulary? But anyway, uh, let's get into it, man. Share screen. Let's go to Facebook. No, this ain't the joint. There we go. Let's go here. Trying to figure this thing out. Application window, Chrome tab, Facebook. Now, here. Do you know who this man is here? Serapis Christus.
Serapis, yeah.
Serapis Christus. Look, down here it says Jesus. Serapis Christus. Let's see here. Matter of fact, hold on. Let's take it into the actual thing here. Let's research it together so you won't say I'm just making up stuff. Let's share the whole screen. Let's get in here with the whole thing. Let's go to let's type it in here. Serapis Christus. Let's go to Wikipedia. He didn't say. Uh, let's zoom in on this thing here. All right, Serapis, Coin, Greek, later form, or Serapis, earlier, originally Demotic. I don't know, that don't sound good. Coptic, user happy, Osiris, Apis, is a Greco-Egyptian. Ooh, hold on. There's
Mm.
been a large community of Greeks in Egypt, also known as the Hold on, what did I say? E- Egyptiotes from the Hellenistic period. These Greeks took over everything, man.
All right.
Hellenistic, huh?
Now go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna bring. We gonna bring it out. Yeah, we gonna bring it out. Go
From
ahead.
the Hellenistic period until the aftermath of the Egyptian Revolution of 1952. This thing spanned from the time of the Greeks all the way up to 1952, man,
Mm.
when most were forced to leave. The cult of Serapis was pushed forward during the 3rd century BC. It's 300 years before so-called the AD period, or the birth of Hamashiach, as the Greeks say, or whatever. 3rd century BC, on the orders of Greek pharaoh Ptolemy Soter of the Ptolemaic kingdom in Egypt, as a means to unify the Greeks and the Egyptians in his realm.
Mm.
This is the same thing Constantine did. Constantine
Mhm.
did the same thing to try to unify his kingdom. He brought in Christianity.
Correct.
But here, about 600 years before that, we have Ptolemy the First doing the same thing with the Greeks and Egyptians. A Serapeum, let's see what that is. A Serapeum is a temple or other religious institution dedicated to the syncretic Greco-Egyptian deity Serapis, who combined aspects of Osiris and Apis in a humanized form that was accepted by Ptolemaic Greeks of Alexandria. There are several. Why can't I?
Just tap on it. You might have to tap on it, then back. After you get through tapping on it. So yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
uh, Accepted by the Ptolemaic Greeks. There were several such religious centers, each of which was a Serapeon, or in its Latinized form, a Serapeum. An Egyptian name for the temple of Osiris was pre worship. I don't know what that is. I'm not even gonna play with that.
Mm-hmm.
But these are the kind of places that they accuse Paul of talking bad about.
Mm.
With what you call diocese or something, Diana.
Mm.
Uh, how do you go back on this thing? Okay, here we go. Uh, the cultists of Serapis. Hold on, let's see who that is. The cultists. Damn, I had a whole thing on
Now,
that.
coaches at the bottom. Use there. Use that. Use right. It's at the bottom right there. Keep on going. Go down. Scroll down. Coaches. That's where it is right there.
Cicero defined religio as cultus deorum, the cultification of the gods.
The cultivation of the cultivation.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the cultivation necessary to maintain a specific deity was that God's cultus cult and required the knowledge of giving the gods their due worship.
Mm-hmm.
The noun cultus originates from the past participle of the verb colo, colir, colu, colui, cultus, to tend, take care of, cultivate, originally meaning to dwell in, inhabit, and thus to tend, cultivate land,
Mm-hmm.
ager, to practice agriculture, an
Mm-hmm.
activity fundamental to Roman identity, even when Rome as a political center had become fully urbanized. Cultus is often translated as cult without the negative connotations the word may have in English, or with an Anglo Saxon word worship, but it
Mm-hmm.
implies the necessity of active maintenance beyond passive adoration. Cultus was expected to matter to be gods as a demonstration of respect, honor, and reverence.
Mm-hmm.
It was an aspect of the
Contractual.
yes,
That's good, right?
contractual nature of Roman religion. St. Augustine echoes Cicero's formulation when he declares that religio is nothing other than the cultus of God. So, religion, the cultus of God, he's not talking about the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
In Christianity, God is the eternal being who created and preserve all things. Christians believe God to be both transcendent and immanent.
Mm-hmm.
Christian teachings of the immanence and the involvement of God and his love for humanity exclude the belief that God is of the same substance as the created. Okay, we're not going to go there. Let's get back down here to Serapis. Brother Serapis here. Check him out. Don't just look like all the white pictures you've seen of Jesus. Look at him with the beard and the blonde hair.
Yeah, they just curled it. They look like they curled it up a little bit. They put that little straight comb or permed his hair for a little and
Yeah,
straight
yeah, got him together.
in the yeah later on other pictures other than this picture right here is what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Serapis was depicted as Greek in appearance, but with Egyptian trappings, and combined icona,
Iconography. Mm-hmm.
iconography,
Yeah,
iconography
iconography. Mm-hmm.
from a great many cults, signifying both abundance and resurrection. Though Ptolemy the First may have created the official cult of Serapis and endorsed him as a patron of the Ptolemaic dynasty and Alexandria, Serapis was a syncretic, syncretic deity derived from the worship of the Egyptian Osiris and Apis, and also gained attributes from other deities such as Satanic powers linked to the Greek Hades and Demeter, and benevolence linked to Dionysus.
Mm.
There is evidence that the cult of Serapis existed before Ptolemy's came to power in Alexandria. A temple of Serapis in Egypt is mentioned in 323 BC by both Plutarch and Arian. The common assertion that Ptolemy created the deity is derived from sources which describe him erecting a statue of Serapis in Alexandria. This statue enriched the texture of Serapis' conception by portraying him in both Egyptian and Greek styles. Okay, now I want to go to the followers of Serapis. What are the followers of Serapis Christi? Um,
While you do that, let me give a brief little history summary for some of the people that's going to lead to a specific point. Keep in mind, family listeners, that the first rebellious kingdom on the earth. Now, mind you, I said kingdom. Okay, after the flood was the Babylonian kingdom that Nimrod built. And we, people, we all familiar with the story of the Tower of Babel when the Most High came down and confused the languages, and people scattered. Now, the next kingdom to incorporate.
oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. You see that thing right there?
Bring
Read
it
that
out.
to me, brother. What
I'm
does
gonna
that
read it for you. It says the worshippers of Serapis are called Christians. Let me say that one more again. The worshippers of Serapis are called Christians,
Oh.
and those who are devoted to the god Serapis call
Who?
themselves
What God?
the god Serapis.
Oh,
That's their god. Listen, call themselves bishops of Christ.
no, they don't, do they?
Yes,
All
they
right.
do. That's what they say. I have found, it said he that found this site thrown around uncritically a lot on the internet, but you won't hear about the problems with it. Okay. So they say the worshippers of Serapis are called Christians, and those who are devoted to the god Serapis. Okay, so that's Serapis versus Jesus. So back okay. Let me see how to approach this thing. Yeah, okay. Now, mind you, I was just speaking about the kingdom that was that incorporated idol worship after the flood, which was the Babylonian kingdom, the kingdom of Ur, which Nimrod built. And Nimrod was from the seed of Cush. He was from the seed of Ham, my bad. He was from the seed of Ham and Cush, right? So his brother of the Cush, they dwelt in Mitzrayim, right? That's a son of Ham, right? And they incorporated this Egyptian worship of different idols and the Osirises and the what's all them other ones? I don't know. All them other ones and Amun Ra and all these other people and everything and all this other stuff. Made statues of worshiping all these things. And they got that form of cult, that form of worship, in a way of cult from the Babylonian system. And it's just been passed down from different kingdom to different kingdom. And the only thing they do is just change the names, change the names and certain things on how they do it, but it's the same thing and it got a root. And it all stems from Babel, from confusion, and from that false way. Now, the reason why I say that is because when they speaking about Serapis and talking about Christ and stuff like that, it says that the certain people, they came and dwelt in Alexandria, and they was Greeks, right? So the Greeks then took from the Egyptians and incorporated their worship in their kingdom. But they call them different names, right? They got the pantheon of different gods. What is it called? Greek mythology. But that Greek mythology stems from somewhere. It didn't just pop up on the scene like somebody just had a revelation. They got that from somewhere. And they incorporated their gods with that. And this is the thing. The Greeks we know that, the Greeks is really like an arch enemy of us. I'm gonna bring out a scripture, really Zechariah, who not chapter 9 and even verse 13. But I want to read later on. I want to go from verse 1 to verse 13, and it's a specific thing I want to hit on, and it's a spiritual and physical, and it still is relevant today. This is in the prophet, the Nabi, Zechariah, and it's gonna hit home after all this is said and done. And for those that have ears to hear, you're gonna hear it. For those that have eyes to see, you're gonna see it. And those that desire to see, be meek, and you will receive it. So that's what I wanted to hit on real quick. But I had to get that little quick history real quick. That the Babylonian had a way. Babel had a way. That was built by Nimrod. And when the Tower of Babel was built, the Most High came and confused the language, and the men were scattered. And then they took that same worship and way of life into their different kingdoms. That's why you got the same type of stories in different areas and stuff like that. Speaking about the flood and different things that's going on. But what I really want to hit on right now specifically is Egyptian worship and the Greeks. But we're gonna get on that. So we're gonna continue to move forward as my brother bring out what he's about to bring. Yeah, William.
I'm just scrolling down through this thing, man. This thing here is it's pretty deep, man.
Confusion by mixing.
It's a lot of Christian sites that hopped on the thing to try to defend the name, right?
Mm-hmm.
But okay, true enough, the story of Hamashiach does predate Serapis Christus.
Mm-hmm.
But that whole Christ thing, all this stuff, we know this stuff is Greek. We know that's not what they called him.
Right.
His people didn't call him Christ. That's something that the Greeks took and put on him. Now, we know this whole Serapis Christus thing is a Greek-Egyptian deal that they got worked out. This Christ thing and all that came from Greeks and Romans, right? So they used that to talk about this man, to give him a title.
Mm-hmm.
Our Messiah ain't equal to this man, so they're not gonna share the same titles or none of that. Bishops of Christ, not like, come on, man. It's telling you plain and simple what it is.
Right.
Everything else is just people trying to defend it and to try to keep the title. But if we look at the people, the empire, the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire, these people was wholly wicked. There's nothing righteous about these people. So how is they gonna have language to give credit to righteous things, man?
Right, and let me also add this too, just for clarity purposes for everybody that's listening. Also, man, you got to realize that the concept of Mashiach, or Messiah, is not a New Testament thing. This has been going on from the beginning. Matter of fact, in all truth, Aaron is a type of Mashiach. He was anointed, in the priest aspect. Afterwards, when it came to kings was anointed. So Mashiach, that was always been that, and they never use terms like Christ or Christos. You got Egyptologists that use Christ consciousness, or the Pan-African movement talking about Christ consciousness. This stuff was incorporated as he brought out when y'all seen the Greeks coming down there to Alexandria, bringing in that stuff. These are enemies of the true way. Point blank, period. This stuff, it wouldn't listen. Paul warned the assemblies, the people back in those days, about the mutilation, about what was going to happen, that these ravenous wolves going to come in and bring in damnable doctrines and things like that. This is what it is. People are looking. I want to add this too. People are looking for a third temple to be built, man. The deception is deep, man. They're looking for a third temple over there to be built. And then this is what's cold. This is what's cold about the deception. They building the third temple, right? And people are looking for the anti-Mashiach, I'm going to say that, to go into there and claim himself to be be the Most High Yah, right? Listen, you are the temple of the living all, okay? Me, you, everybody that's listening, that's the Hebrewic walk, that's the descendants and children of Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, of the 12 tribes of Yashar. Listen, that has happened and it's happening even now. You get what I'm saying? I'm telling you. You got JC sitting in the temple of the living all, claiming to be the mighty, the Most High himself in your temple. You see what I'm saying? People, listen, when you go to a stone cold Christian, right? A stone cold Christian, they're gonna listen, they're gonna run to the end and see what the end gonna be. Them type. They would tell you, listen, they pray. You got people that pray and give praise and thanks to JC, the honor that's due the Father to JC, when you're supposed to be giving honor to the Father in the name or the character of the Messiah. You see what I'm saying? As a true, the Messiah, who was he? He was a true son, an obedient son, the second Adam, who is the son of the living all. You get what I'm saying? So we got to know these things, and this is not a attack. Well, let me tell you something. Actually, truly, it is attack. It is attack against falsehood and lies.
Talk about it.
Mm-hmm. So it is an attack. It's an attack. We attacking it with truth. It's attack. So it is an attack. It's an attack. It's not an attack in a Christian's mind where they thinking that we trying to come against their faith, and you trying to come against my belief and faith, and like you got something that's solid in the first place, and it's not. You get what I'm saying? Truth don't change. Truth is solid. Truth is reality. It always was. It always is. It always shall be. You see what I'm saying? So get that falsehood out your mind. That JC, that's Greek. We are not Greek. Greeks has always been our enemies. You get what I'm saying? Matter of fact, that was one of the four kingdoms that was erected by Nebuchadnezzar when he had a dream about a statue, and the Most High gave Daniel the interpretation of that dream, and Greeks was one of the kingdoms that, before we entered into the Roman era, that was our enemies. I'm talking about, really, they did a lot of wicked acts, torturing, sacrificing pigs on the altar, erecting Zeus, you know what I mean, in the temple. Just a whole bunch of and killing our people, murdering our people, slaughtering our people, torturing our people, trying to get our people to not adhere to the commandments, to the instruction, to the Torah of the Most High Yah, man, of all Elyon. So these Greek terms that everybody is so okay with, like, oh, nah, that's just another way of saying it. That's the English way. No, it's not. It's not even English. It's Greek, first of all. Let's get that straight. And Latin.
Origins.
We're talking about the origins of it, not what the English people has accepted and taught us, but we're talking about the origins thereof, where it come from. God. Our Most High, we never called, none of our ancestors called the Most High Yah God, period. You get what I'm saying? That is a Germanic term, meaning it's European. That is not Shemitic. It is not our ancient tongue. That's not what we did. We have accepted that term because we have been a people that's been destroyed and brought into captivity and taught the ways of the heathen. First of all, the Most High Yah has allowed us to go to that because our ancestors wanted to be like the heathens. So since you want to be like the heathens, I'm gonna give you up to them. And you're gonna be destroyed, and you're gonna follow their way, and you're gonna worship wood and stone. The good ship Jesus. Now, I didn't see the reason why I'm speaking on the good ship Jesus, because it all coincide. And that's a wooden boat, is it not? Not only that, but they got a statue of them, and they got statues of them in wood, and they got statues of them in stone. Wood and stone. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this has been embedded in people's hearts and minds for a long bit, but it's been beaten into you. You seen Roots? What's your name? Kunta Kinte. Yeah, Toby. It's a good name. It's a Christian name. What? And they beat that same religion in you, in us, in our ancestors back then, and they've been perpetuating that same lie. But all esteem to the Most High Yah for bringing forth the Ruach Amat putting it, the Ruach HaKodesh into us and allowing us to see these things, bringing us out of the darkness into this marvelous light, into the kingdom of his son. So, hallelujah, man. Let's get away from these terminologies. I'm just hitting on it in spurts. And I'm going to let my brother continue to go on what he's saying. However, I'm giving y'all prep to know where we heading, not in full, but somewhat, especially when it comes to the names of JC and Christ and Christos, and it's all accepted amongst people. It shouldn't be so amongst the true Hebrews, amongst the true children of Abraham. You know what I mean? Not again, not with the seed, not with the seed. We don't do that. We learning these things though. So we got
right there. I'm glad you said about learning.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing. It's one thing. It's important. It's more important to get the spirit of something than to get the law of it, right?
The letter. Mm-hmm.
This is how the Most High worked, because the Pharisees had the law, they didn't have the spirit. That's why Hamashiach said those in the future, those will have to worship in spirit and in truth, or in Ruach and in truth, right? So it's like with these names, you have people, even Brews. Now, I don't want my Hebrews to think that I'm coming at them, right? Because you may know the Ruach behind the name and what it means, and not the meaning of the name, but the characteristics that the scriptures bring out as pertains to him, right? You got the characteristics down, but you just use the wrong labeling. Now, this is the thing. The Ruach is going to lead you to truth.
All truth.
That's when you do your due diligence and you go in and you research and you check behind and you pull this stuff up, origins, and you see where it come from. Same thing we did with these holidays, these hell days. We went and started looking these things up to figure out where they come from. Where did Christmas come from? Where did Thanksgiving come from? Where did it start? What was the things around? And then you come to find out it was all wicked. So then you said, well, okay, I'm not going to participate in that no more because I know where it started from. It ain't about the kids. It ain't about giving presents to the kids. No, this thing started from orgies and child sacrifices. Same thing we got to come to about the name. It started in worship to another deity. Started in wickedness. So once you realize that, then you got to move forward. Whatever name you want to use in Hebrew, your translation or whatever, do that at least. Don't go to something you know started in error, started in wickedness. Well, I know the spirit. I know the spirit. Well, okay, you know the spirit, but you've been given the truth. He said you got to do it in spirit and in truth. Don't leave the truth part out now.
Right. That's good.
Don't be Christian in you. See, he know my heart. He know I don't mean it like, he know I'm not worshiping therapist. Well, he didn't give you the truth of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Why you don't keep using it and you know the truth? To him who know to do good and do it not, what is it?
It's sin. That's right. Chata. That's it. That's it.
Sin. And people come in and hop off, man, whatever this thing cut, or whatever, get cut. But look, it ain't about your feelings, man. It ain't about you feeling good or feeling bad. It's about you knowing it, about somebody standing on the wall, man, and getting it to you, man. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, oh well. It's one of those things, man. And
let me land back with you on that real quick. No, you was about to say something else. Finish that. Let me know. Cue me in when it's time. So, because you was about to say you got to finish.
I know you got it.
Oh, I was gonna say too, man. It's like man, it's not about I kind of I'm not even gonna act in front like I didn't lose my train of thought on that right there. Like I said, man, when I said go ahead and finish what you were saying, just do that, and when you done, it's gonna come back to me. Trust.
I just don't want to, because our people so quick to get offended. This is what you gotta ask yourself, man. This is how I came into the truth, and how my walk is, man. Will it hurt me to give it up? Or will it hurt me to keep it? And then, not only that, what effect will it have? How Kodash can you be if you're using the same names and the same terminologies as everybody else?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You Hebraic now. You're a Torah keeper now, but you still talk like a Christian. You still act like a Christian. You still talk like a Catholic.
Right.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
now, you want to talk about the root of the tree? Catholicism, Roman Catholicism. You want to get deep on this thing? Treacherous, tortures, desolation. You like to think Christianity is the clean version of Catholicism. It ain't nothing but the daughter. It's the daughter of Babylon. In
Mm-hmm.
another sense, just like America and the whole Western culture is the daughter of the Egyptian culture and all that, and the Assyrians and Babylonians and all that. It's the same thing, man. It's just a derivative, another plant. Because this is how the heathen operate. This is how Hasatan operate. If you learn what I am now, then I'm gonna incorporate what I am now into another name, so you can be deceived by the other name, man.
Hmm.
Now, I don't, I don't want the fact that we talking about that because I know my people. I know what they gonna say. They gonna say, "Well, how you live it? How you live?" Listen, it goes together. We're not talking to the people that's living wicked. You need to go and check out another video that we've done about sin. We talk
Mm-hmm.
about having an understanding about the things you say, about the things you think that you know. Incorporate the living right with talking right.
That's right.
Living right and talking wrong, because that's a vain deception. I put it like this. Imagine, hey, this ties right on in and talking about our sisters too. Imagine you see a sister talking about shalom and mishpachah, and she got all the Hebrew terminologies, head wrapped tight, placed just perfect, you know, subtle voice, meek, all this.
So it
Face full of
seems.
makeup and weed. It's a it's like an oxymoron, or it's just a thing that don't go. Certain things are supposed to produce something else in you. A person that cleans houses for a living shouldn't have a dirty house at home. Or it's like it's supposed to manifest. So if you got all this knowledge and understanding, you so deep in the ruach, you deep in out, how you gonna come and use something that people gave to you as a trick?
Mm.
These people didn't give you this name in righteousness. They gave you
Yep.
this name as a hoodwink.
He hit that right on the head. Hallelujah. Yes, that's right. That's
So that
right.
you can believe you worshiping the Most High. You can believe that you giving credit to His Son, but you calling them pagan names.
Mm.
Worship to another. Imagine now. Listen, when you're in the world, when you're in the world, imagine you and your lover, you know, in an embrace, doing what y'all do, and you call them another name. No, they're gonna take it disrespectful. No, why?
Very.
Because I'm passionate about what y'all doing. So
Mm-hmm.
at that time, you're supposed to be focused on them. How you gonna call them another name?
Right. And I created Al Kana. That's he zealous, or what people say jealous. Al Kana. You know what I mean? That's if you go back and read Exodus, read the Ten Commandments, right? And read it and go back, like go use the interlinear and go to the Hebrew of it, and you will see that his name is there as Al Kana, and that's the mighty one, the zealous one, or what people call jealous. He listen, he deserve all the worship and all the esteem for himself. It's a lot of words that we speak out of our mouths that has origin from a pagan deity that we don't have. Some of us have no clue, no idea. Even words that we utilize in what people call worshiping the Most High, right? Glory,
Oh,
you know, all these different words.
pull that up real quick. Once you know better, what you got to do?
Do better. You know better. You got to do better.
You
Got
got to
to.
do better.
That's real, man. And like I say, man, a lot of people, I know a lot of people is going to behave. But look, the Mashiach already forewarned his Talmudim, right? Abba done warned his Talmudim saying, you're going to be hated by all men for my name's sake. He's the truth. You're going to be hated for the truth. I'm telling you. Ain't no way around it, man. You can only do that. You can only try to, what you call it, spoon feed for so long. It's going to be required. You got to bring that thing forth, man. When that which is perfect come forth, that which is not, it fades away. So it's time to go on to perfection, from esteem to esteem, from emunah to emunah. Emunah comes by hearing, and hearing of the word of Yah, of all. So when you hear these things, you must trust him, but you must believe. Do your due diligence like the Bereans and search it out, and you will find, if you search and seek with all your heart, you will find, and you will know. But you still held accountable for what you heard, because you heard it. So it can't be said, I didn't know, I didn't hear. Yes, you heard. So it's on you to do your due diligence. The ball is in your court now. You got to hear. We don't worship God, man. God is a Babylonian deity also. They call it luck. You know, that word comes from somewhere, Lucy, all that old stuff. And then, you got GD. I'm saying, man, this is not our ancestors we talking about returning back to the ancient path. None of them called them God. Point blank, period. Lord, nope. God, nope. Christ, nope. I'm just being honest. Jesus, nope. None of that, bro. It's time to repent, to shub, and turn from that. If you keep on it, you might find yourself on the other side in front of Mashiach and him telling you, I never knew you. Depart from me, you work of iniquity. You work of lawlessness. You see what I'm saying?
And so,
go ahead.
Like I said earlier at the start of the thing, Hasatan, the devil, Belial, whatever you want to call him, can't take truth off the table, man. And in these last days, the truth is going to be spread because it's been a drought already. People think a lot of this stuff is to come. What you think our people been going through all this time? They've been calling on Jesus and
a drought,
statues and crosses. What you think that's been a drought
and destruction, and destruction, the abomination that causes desolation, which is destruction. They've been going through it.
Been given to has been called. You got to listen. From the mind of Abraham, from the mind of David, to the minds we got today, what you think that is? Look at the average black man on the street. You think he got the mind of David? You think he got the mind of Abraham? That is a desolation. That is an abomination, what we've become from what our forefathers were. It's happened already. People waiting on stuff. And listen, ain't no Antichrist got to come to persecute nobody. He already got most of us.
He did that.
With his pagantry, with all the things, man, you got people participating in idol worship all the time, don't even know it. Certain shows they watch, sports, participation, being fanatics and things of this nature. A lot of this stuff is devil worship. They don't even know. You don't need no Antichrist. You don't need no man of sin to appear and rule in a government. Most people wicked already. You don't need persecution for it. All you need is a hard time. Only thing you need is to get fired from your job. You're going to fall straight into wickedness. Or whatever kind of tribulation could come upon you and you done. People waiting on guillotine. You don't need no guillotine to make you turn from the Most High Yah. You need your brothers to come on here and tell you that the stuff you think is right is wrong, and you already and you're gonna hate us, want to murder us. Done already.
They producing the same production that the people back in the day did. They murdered the prophets, man. And today they may not fully. It may be a lot of people may not fully like commit the act of killing in regards of a physical, but with their mouths, gnashing their teeth, murder mouthing the brothers that come forth speaking the word in the name of Yah. They come in the name of the Father, in the name of the Mashiach. So, this is not to hurt by any means. This is to help, even though it may hurt. The intent is not to hurt you. The intent is to help. Truly, it's to help. It's to enable. That was the word I was wanting to bring out earlier when I said I lost my train of thought. All the student Yahweh for that is that the Most High Yah has baruched us and putting us in a position to share this information and stuff that He has granted us by revelation to enable others to receive. We know that we can't save no one. We know that we are able as Talmudim and sons of the Most High to enable people, but they have to be the ones to act upon it. You see what I'm saying? So that's what need to be brought forward. Like I said, these words and these terminologies, I know it may seem innocent. We have been desensitized to it because it's been done for so long. Grandmama them did it. Grandpapa them did it. Everybody done it. You know what I mean? Mama them did it. You know what I mean? We didn't done it. So, and we thinking it's okay because that's what we was prone to. But it's like, no, when the light come, that darkness got to go. Because, when you turn on the light, there's no darkness there wherever that light hit. So now that word coming forth, which is the light, the true light, and we bringing forth true light. This is nothing false. This is not nothing emotional. This is not nothing that we just bringing up from our own selves or something that somebody told us. This is stuff that we done researched, the Most High revealed into us, and we bringing it forth to y'all to let y'all know that, it's time to repent. It's time to teshuv from them dead works, because that mindset, it's a spirit, and that spirit, it produces certain things. Calling upon the name of Jay is confusion. It's mixing. You got to make a distinction between the profane and the Kadash, and you don't mix it together. You don't mix them. Oh, it's okay, man. He know, he comprehend, man. God, it's all right. Just call him. No, it's not. Listen, it's gonna be a flare of people speaking on the same subject. Watch what I tell you, because the Most High Yah is tube like that. He will confirm the word of His servants. God is not. That is not. I'm telling you, it is not. There is a fallen angel, Malakim, by the name of Gadriel. And the short form of his name is God. People have been deceived. Even the elect will be deceived if possible. If possible. See, but we learned, we was there, we was caught up, but we teshuv, which is a righteous act, because the Most High revealed it to us. He brought some of us out. Some of us didn't even know. And He still brought us out. And we just follow what we went through, and now where we at with the information, with the knowledge that the Most High Yah has given us. Because don't make it seem, a lot of people talking about, everybody trying to go for knowledge. Listen, knowledge is what enables you to be saved. Knowledge of the Mashiach enables you to be saved. Knowledge of repentance enables you to be saved. So don't discredit knowledge, because that's a part of the Ruach. One of the administrations of the Ruach that He gives, one of the gifts is knowledge.
How can you worship in Ruach and truth if you ain't got knowledge of the truth?
Come on, man.
You gonna keep the lie alive? What is this, Martin? You wanna keep the lie alive, because now look, I understand when you dealing with those. When you're dealing with babes, you got to talk to babes on their level, right? Mm-hmm. But the hope got to be to bring them into the full knowledge of the truth.
That's the expectation. That's right.
So what? Why play? That's what I'm saying. Listen, me and a lot of people I deal with, man, we forgetting this thing all the way right. It ain't nothing on the table that if it need to be knocked off, can't be knocked off, man. And if you're not of that mind, you're going to have a real hard walk. You're going to be susceptible to being plucked, because the right situation is just waiting on you to get you. Because you got hang-ups. You got stuff you can't depart from. You like the rich young ruler. You can't understand why, for the life of you, why this man wants you to sell all your stuff and follow him. It wouldn't affect, listen, what he wants you to get rid of, he already told you he can give you twice as much back. He just want to see if you're willing to get rid of it.
For him.
And people so stuck on stuff. You so stuck on a name. You so stuck on. You know how many people stuck in churches know they wrong, man. Y'all, please help my beautiful mother. Okay, she's just one of many though. Stuck in these places because they got a feeling of fellowship. No, it's wrong. No, it's wicked. You know the pastor lying, cheating, stealing. You know the members backbiting, fornicating, got all kind of craziness going on in their lives. And you know all of this is contrary to the book y'all say y'all read every Sunday. But you're stuck in there. What they gonna say? What they gonna? Why is this? Why? How? Come on, man. You can't be nothing. You can't leave. This is why people are going to hell. Let's
Mm-hmm.
just let's just keep it all the way a buck, man. If you're not willing to give up what needs to be gave up, to do what needs to be done, you're not worthy of it. Hamashiach told you, he said, well, if you won't lose it for me, you're not worthy of me.
That's right. That's right.
This is what we're trying to bring you now. Now, true enough, you probably gotten to where you've gotten because you understood the Ruach. You understood the Ruach of the scriptures, or what it was trying to portray. I'm never doubting that. My problem is, how long will you be deceived? You may as well still be celebrating Christmas, talking about you giving out presents to the needy and to the poor, but you doing it at the table of idols, though. Same thing you're doing with the name,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
table of idols, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You think I'm gonna celebrate Mother's Day? Cause you know what, I do need to recognize my mama. You know, it do say honor your mother and your father. So I'm gonna take them gifts and presents on Father's and Mother's Day. Ain't nothing wrong with it. This. Is how our people talk.
See, that's the type of reasoning. That's the same type of reasoning that the enemy used in the serpent to deceive Eve, man. To
Now
follow.
look,
Mm.
let's look up the pagan origins of Mother's Day and Father's. All this stuff, man. Listen, man. Let me go full screen. Matter of fact, let me add a screen for a second. Listen, let me tell you something. We are in the hands, and to the people that rule because we don't understand. That's their power. They said, let us remove them far from their borders, that their name may be no longer in remembrance. Most I said, my people called after my name. If you called after his name, you called after what he stand for, what he believe in. If you don't know what he stand for, what he believe in, how you gonna be that? How you
Mm-hmm.
gonna be what he commands you to be? He said, if you do what I tell you to do this day, you'll be the head and not the tail. But if you don't do it, you're gonna be the reverse.
Mm-hmm.
So why you think they give you what they give you? That they okay? That they give you? You don't.
Take your
You
time,
don't.
Mike.
Heathen gives you give you a lie, and then give you proof to support the lie, so you can go on believing it, so you can go on and be in bondage, so you can't be in the full will of the Most High Yah, so you can't become what you need to be, so you can come out from under the curses that would therefore take their power, take their influence.
Mm.
Quit it. Listen, man. Our people be knowing stuff they don't be knowing. Listen, they said don't be dumb all your life.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it is. Don't be dumb all your life. It's so we ain't even supposed to be speaking some of these names and stuff we be saying, man. It ain't supposed to come out of our mouth. That's why some people say JC. They won't even say the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So how is it we go from? This is what kills me too. A lot of people use the Hebrew name. Take a Hebrew name, Yahushua, Yeshua, Yahusha, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then put Christ with it.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
You might as well just, if you're gonna go Greek, go Greek. You might as well leave the Hebrew alone then. How about that?
That's how you know they not fully converted in what they believe in. Listen,
That's right.
if you believe there was something wrong with the name Jesus, why ain't nothing wrong with the other title they put with it?
Mm.
Let me show you something real quick. Hold on. Let's look this thing up here. Well, first of all, let's check out this video here.
Shalom. The word glory comes from Gloria. And many people use the word glory and they don't know where it comes from and they don't bother to care where the words originates from. So the question is, who is Gloria? And this is the etymology dictionary for the word glory. And this word glory comes from the Latin word Gloria. And Gloria was a pagan Roman goddess. So you see this word, it originates from a pagan Roman goddess, and we should not be using this word. This is one of those, this is another pagan word that can be added to a long list of pagan words that should be removed from our mouth. Now, what I want to do here, I'm going to scroll down.
This an old video here, boy.
Mm.
They don't even have that format online no more.
Glory comes from Gloria.
It sure said right there. I couldn't even find that a second ago.
And right here.
They done went in and changed it in the internet and everything.
And this word is glory hole.
Wake up, people. Please wake up.
Muddy, dirty, defiled. So this word, of course, again, is hooked up with the pagan Roman goddess, but it's also, it's muddy, it's dirty, and it's defiled. And we should not be referring to his presence as muddy, dirty, and defiled. Also, by the 1690s, it was originated from a homosexual. So you see, it's perversion in this. I Googled glory hole, and you can do it yourself. And lo and behold, there was nothing but porno sites. So you see the filth that's connected to this word glory is actually, it's filth. It's what it is. Now I'm going to go to the Hebrew word. And this is the Hebrew word. It's the Strong's 3519. And the word is kabod.
Mm-hmm.
And this word, it means honor, abundance, riches, and splendor. Splendor is what we want to zero in on.
Splendor.
This is the meaning here.
Well, this
We
thing
should be
here.
referring to his splendor. And this word glory has nothing to do with splendor, his splendor. It connects you to this pagan Roman goddess. And this was the whole thought process when creating all of these pagan words and pagan titles. And I'm going to go to in Hosea 2 and 17. This is what it says. For I will take away the names of Baal or Baalim.
The brother won't even say the name, man.
So he's talking about taking pagan names out of her mouth, out of Yasharon's mouth. These titles are in Yasharon's mouth. And we should try to remove as many pagan terms as we can. This is only for those that's interested in truth. This is not for the weak-hearted.
Talk about it.
Don't like to research and study serious about their walk with Him, and they don't want to refer to Him with these pagan titles and these pagan names. It should grieve your spirit to use these pagan terms.
Mm.
But this is proof that He's going to have to remove these pagan titles, pagan names out of the mouth. And this, again, this is
Yeah.
those keep the commandments. They have the testimony of Yahushua. These are those. These are the 144,000.
Okay.
Okay, now check this out, my brother, man. Listen, those out there, listen. There's a gang of these words, that's out there. That's a lot of people are saying within uh, themselves. He said, "You got to be out of the mouth." See, but it's in their heart. It's ingrained in their hearts, and that's why they speak it. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak. It's a lot of them, like Holy, what we call Kadash. A lot of people saying that other word. That's a deity. That's a goddess too. You know, uh, all these different little things, the little tricks and devices that the enemy didn't put in place to try to, like Psalms 83, to try to separate us from our mighty one. These people done read our book now. These people done read some of the stuff, and they know, they didn't read certain stories, try to get the people to go contrary against their creator, and he ain't gonna be with them like that. You know what I mean? In a way. So it's like, man, come on, it's time to wake up and get up out of this daze and thinking everything is all peaches and cream. Like, it's okay to use these words and these terms when it's not. It's a reason, like you said, you hit it right on the head. It's a reason why these people push this stuff out there like that. This is their what do you call that word? Yeah. What is that? Yeah. So, what is that? Oh, yeah. What is that word? Um. It'll come to me later, man. But what is that word? Anyway,
What is it in context of?
it's like it's a continuation of a certain thing, a certain aspect that you want to keep bringing out for somebody to keep yeah. What is that word, Father?
Oh,
Repent, not repent. It's yeah. What is that? What is going on with me? Repent.
infatuation.
It's a continuum of a certain propaganda, and you keep it going. You in your speech, you keep speaking on the same thing to try to push this certain idea, this certain what is that word?
Repetitive.
Not repetitive. No. It's uh,
Does it start with an R?
I think it started with an R.
Regurgitate.
Not regurgitate. That's not. No. It's yeah. Okay, it'll come to me later. Why did it do me like that? Anyway, but we got to get up. We got to get up out of that, man, and quit making it and quit eating at the table of Balaam of the enemy, bro. We can't. We don't. We at the table. If you at the table, Mashiach, then you gonna. That's what you pushing. That's what you with. That's what you doing. We're not pushing that God. See, Ruach, the Mashiach is the Ruach of prophecy. He told us in Zechariah 9. Let me go there for me, out. Zechariah 9. I'm gonna read from chapter 1 for verse Zechariah 9. I'm gonna start at verse 1, but I'm gonna read to 13.
Hold on. Nine and what?
9 and 1. Just go to 9 and 1. We're gonna go to 1, but we're gonna go to 13. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. So let me read this out. I'm gonna read it, okay?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let me see. Can I zoom in? Oh, I can't zoom in. All right. Good. Can you see it?
Okay. It says the burden of the word of Yahweh in the land of Hadar. It says, in Damascus shall be the rest thereof, when the eyes of men, as of all the tribes of Yashar, shall be toward Yahweh. It says, and Hamath also shall border thereby, Tyrus and Zidon, though it be very wise. And Tyrus did build herself a stronghold, and heaped up silver as the dust, and fine gold as the myrrh of the streets. Behold, Adonai will cast her out. He will smite her power in the sea, and she shall be devoured with fire. Ashkelon shall see it and fear. Gaza also shall see it and be very sorrowful, and Ekron, for her expectations shall be ashamed. And the king shall perish from Gaza, and Ashkelon shall not be inhabited.
Real quick,
Uh-huh.
um, these names, these names are connected to people, and a lot of times it be tribes, our tribes, or it be like the Philistines or the what I'm saying. Like these names of a place is always connected to a group of people. So look for the people that originated in these lands in the scriptures, and it'll help you be able to figure out what the prophecy is talking about. Because it's not really so much about the place as it is about the people in the place. Go ahead.
And it said, Shame the king shall from Paris from Gaza. Okay, it says 6, and a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines, and I will take away his blood out of his mouth, and his abominations from between his teeth. But he that remaineth, even he shall be for Eloheinu, Almighty One, and he shall be as a governor in Yehuda, and Ekron as a Jebusite. And I will encamp about my house because of the army, because of him that passes by, and because of him that returneth, and no oppressor shall pass through them anymore. So this is a future reference. Look, and I will encamp about mine house because of the army, because of him that passeth by, and because of him that returneth, and no oppressor shall pass through them anymore. For now I have seen with mine eyes. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Sion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, thy king cometh unto thee. He is just and having salvation, lowly and riding upon an ass, and upon a coat the foal of an ass. And I will cut off the chariot from Ephraim, and the horse from Jerusalem, and the battle bow shall be cut off, and he shall speak shalom unto the heathen, and his dominion shall be from sea even to sea, and from the river even to the ends of the earth. As for thee also, by the blood of thy covenant, I have sent forth the prisoners out of the pit wherein is no water. Turn ye to the stronghold, ye prisoners of expectation. I don't even like using the word HOPE because that got some pagan terms with it too. I'm just being real with y'all. Even today, do I declare that I will render double unto thee. When I have bent Yehuda for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised up the sons of Sion against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man. I, Yahweh, shall be seen over them. I said 13, but I want to continue to read this thing. I, Yahweh, shall be seen over them, and his arrow shall go forth as the lightning. And Adonai Yahweh shall blow the trumpet, and shall go with whirlwinds of the south. Yahweh Sabaoth shall defend them, and they shall devour and subdue with sling stones, and they shall drink and make a noise as through wine, and they shall be filled like bowls, and as the corners of the altar. And Yahweh Elohecha, their mighty one, shall save them in the day as the flock of his people, for they shall be as the stones of a crown, jewels, lift up on an ensign upon his land, For How great is his goodness, and how great is his beauty! Corn shall make the young men cheerful, and new wine the maids. Hallelujah. Listen,
Yeah.
key thing right here, real quick. I want to go to 13. There's so much stuff we can get into that, and I want to get into that later as y'all permits. Not on this broadcast, but on some future about this Zechariah 9. Beautiful. It's beautiful, I'm telling you. 13, however, speaking on when I have bent Yahudah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised up the sons, O Zion, against the sons, against your sons, O Greece. This is the same Greece, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man. So he's raising up he's raising up Judah as a bow, right? He's bent Judah as a bow and filled it with Ephraim and raised up the sons of Zion. So he's raising up the sons of Zion, against the sons of Greece. Now, listen to what it's saying. We are the sons of the Most High. Why? We are the Talmudim of the Most High. Why? Because we're taught of him. Now, the sons of Greece are those that are taught by whoever the deity of Greece is. And we coming against that even now. JC, JESUS is the Greek form of Joshua. That's what
He's
they
the
say.
champion. Hey, hold on, real quick. Let's
Mhm.
just keep it a buck. JC is the champion of the
Greece.
Roman Empire.
Mm-hmm.
It said
Greco-Roman.
Constantine had a dream of a cross. It said with this we will conquer. And they listen, where they can't get in no other way. When money can't buy it, when plagues and pestilence can't buy it, they buy JC. That's how they come in. It was a painting. Dude had said that his friend's parents had a painting. Every time he come over to their house, it was either a painting or like some kind of a writing or whatever. And it said, when they came, we had the land and they had the Bibles. And when they left, we had the Bibles and they had the land.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's used to conquer.
Right. So that word came back to me that I was telling you, it wasn't no S's or R's, rhetoric. So that was the word I was looking for earlier. Y'all's awesome. He brought it back to memory, rhetoric. And it's persuasive speaking or writing. And that's what they did. They persuaded with their teaching and taught. First of all, they persuaded with weaponry. They persuaded with whips. They persuaded with beating and torture. That's how they persuade. That's how they persuaded. But then they also, in our time frame, they persuaded with teaching and speaking. Somebody coming with elegant speech and making this stuff sound good to the people and getting them all riled up, and they getting riled up to a bunch of lies and stuff like that. So it's time to get up out of there. He said he is raising the sons of Zion against the sons of Greece. This is the Mashiach. Yahusha is the Ruach of prophecy. So Yah knows the beginning. He know the end from the beginning. So this is what's happening. That's why we coming against JC. That's why we coming against all this mess. We're not coming against the Mashiach though, because that's the one that enables us to give us the power while we do what we do.
Absolutely.
Through him, to the Father. So I want y'all to know that. People be trying to put that together. You cannot mix it. That's Babel. That's Babylon. That's confusion. Confusion by mix. That is Babel, bro. You don't mix the Kadash with the profane. You don't do that.
It's bigger than the name you call on. It's got to be the name you live, the standard. We all about the standard, but we're not for having the standard and having the wrong branding of the standard. Now, I was thinking about something earlier when you were speaking on their persuasion, right? You said they used the weapon for persuasion, right? Think about this. I read this book about, I was in the spy stuff, CIA or whatever. And when spies get caught overseas, they get tortured for all the information, who is you working for, how many people you dealing with, right? And this dude was talking about the method of torture they did to him. Like, they would torture him for hours and days, and then the commanding officer would come and bring him food and bring him water until after so long, after so many years, he started to look up to and to worship that dude that brought him the food and water. The whole time he's the one commanding them to do the torturing. But it's like he's the light at the end of the tunnel. And that's what they've done with these religions. They have tortured us with oppressing us in our work, oppressing us with our food. They got their officers killing us in the street. They got so many ways to oppress us and oppress our minds and our thoughts. And then they come and say, hey, God got you. Jesus is gonna take. You get what? It's the same. It's the same type of thing. Is that from the problem we created, we got a solution for you. To the point to where people feel like that dude felt so confident and strong about that dude that brought him that food, he wouldn't turn against him. To where it's called turning. When you could take an agent that worked for one side and have them to work for you, is called turning. So it's like this. The dude turned and he would never go against that dude because he felt like he saved him in his time. This is why people won't let go of the name, man. Because they've been turned and they feel wrong for going against it. This JC done got me through. JC the one that got rid of them demons. And no, listen, it was the ruach of it. You might have had an honest heart. It wasn't the name that did it. It was the fact that you read scriptures and you had faith in standing on something, calling upon.
Yeah, the action behind that, what the word say about certain things, and you acting on what that word is saying, even though you didn't have the right name of what it was saying, and it worked for you. But that was for a time. It's over with on that point right there. He winked at certain ignorance. They ain't winking no more. Ain't no more winking.
Not after this video. You sat through this video. How we gonna wink at it now? And you've been taught. You've been taught now. Now you've been told. Pagan order of these things. Serapis Christus. Mm-hmm. You a bishop of Christus? Hold on. It's even deeper. Let's look up the Latin word for pig. What is it?
Earth pig.
Word for
pig.
Earth pig.
No more winking.
Latin word Jesus means earth pig. The etymology of the word Jesus comes from the Latin, and so Jesus means earth pig. J and G is earth, and sus equals pig. Therefore, Jesus equals earth pig.
Now check this out. Let me do a connection for the film real quick. Now, mind you, in the time of the Maccabees, right? When Antiochus Epiphanes, was it Antiochus?
Yeah.
That the one that came into the temple and sacrificed pig on the altar and erected a zoo. So this is the thing. So it translated from these acts being done in a physical temple to the act being done into the real temple of the Most High Yah, which is the mind of the man, of the people. So you got this earth pig name calling on it, and that's why you think everything is cool. They got you believing that you can eat anything. You can eat pig. You just pray about it, and it's clean, even though the Most High said it was unclean, and you can do that, and it's all clean now. You eating all kind of abominable foods. Let me show. I'm going to show you something that's the unpardonable sin, bro. For those that hear, that's probably why people don't want to hear the word like that. I don't want to hear it, especially Christians. Hearing the instructions that the Most High spoke, like the Berachah and the curses, Kalal. And he said, if a person hear the instructions, all the instructions of these things, and they say to themselves, I'm paraphrasing, I'm blessed, I'm going to be blessed, even though I follow the dictates of my own evil heart. the Most High will not forgive that person. You want me to find the script? You don't believe me? I'm gonna bring it out for you. So I'll go ahead and speak. I'm gonna bring it out for the people to listen to because I'm telling you, man, this is real. It's time to repent. It's high time. It's time to listen to what you hear. Now you're able to know. You're able to know what to turn from. You're giving. It's like the prophets being sent to you to show you your wrongdoings and your wickedness, so that you can repent, to shew from that, to turn from that, so you can start doing what's right according to what's right in the Most High sight. See, there is things where people it may not be evil in the sight of men, but there is evil in the sight of the Most High.
Hey, listen, I was just sitting here thinking, right, what I was gonna say when you gave me the stand again, and I was gonna talk about how if you think this is hard, wait till we talk about these sisters and this makeup and stuff. Because and you went and led right on into it about how it don't look wrong, it don't feel wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. We're gonna pull up where in the Testaments it talks about it said that's the only way a woman can control a man. It's through seduction and through the flesh. It's the only way to gain for her to gain power over him. She's not physically stronger, so she got to attack his mind. She got to attack his emotion, and these are the ways in which women do it. So now, my sisters might not have that desire. Well, see, you got to. It's there though. Even if you don't want to go in and use it for gain, like you ain't trying to get no money out of a man, but you want him to gaze upon you in such a way that he desires you. You want to be desirable, and that's a problem. That is a problem. Hey, listen, that thing that cut deep, man. You want to be desirable because it's like, why not just go natural? People want to say, well, it's sisters that got cancer and it's well, listen, man, they make some very nice head wraps out here. I'm talking about they got silk, they got satin, they got linen, cotton, cashmere. They got everything. You put some on your scalp. You know, you could do that until your hair grows. You get the proper treatment, proper etiquette. It's a way. Well, there is a will, there is a way. And there's sisters out here that's doing. See, people gonna be a testimony, man, either for you or against you. A testimony for you is that you know you went through hardships and overcame. You seen somebody else overcome fear and predisposed notions, right? And you ventured and did it as well. Or it's gonna be that they did it, and you looked at them and seen that they did it, and you say, "Oh, I ain't gonna be able to do it." That's where you gonna have a testimony against you at, man. And sisters, man, listen, man. I gotta love you like a brother, and I gotta want for you what I want for mine. Mine don't wear no makeup. Mine don't do. And if she was up, she come and tell you what it is. She's not the. Uh, she's not like me. And listen to me. I was not this guy to be out in front and doing videos and all this stuff. It's the Most High, man. I started doing videos and bringing out messages because I felt like people was talking about everything but real tangible issues we got as people. People want to talk about, I felt like, the spirit and pretty much prosperity preaching, how stuff gonna be great and everything's gonna be fine. How is it gonna be fine and you worshiping idols? How is it gonna be fine and you know you're not moving in your proper authority? You're not ruling as Elohim. How you gonna call yourself an Israelite? You don't rule as Elohim, man. I'm trying to figure that out. That's what the name means. That's what you gotta manifest. And how you manifest it is you live in a way that's pleasing to the Most High, and you make your way straight. You catching all this hell? Oh man, I just can't catch a break, man. You messing up somewhere. You's off. And that's the sign. Just because I have to verbalize it, it don't mean I'm bashing you. I'm not bashing. Listen, I gotta consider myself every day. As I make these videos, I consider myself.
We all do.
I look out upon my brothers and my sisters. I see them in some I consider myself. And then I use these things to teach my wife. And listen, hey, baby, tell you, I pull a lesson out of walking down the street. We can get into a 30-minute conversation behind something I seen on the street. Because that's what we're supposed to do as men. We're supposed to be guides. We're supposed to be shepherds. And the women are supposed to be susceptible to that. She needs to feel as if she can get an understanding from you and some knowledge from you. And if she can't get it from you, then there's a problem. And if she feel like she can't get it from you, there's an even bigger problem. We got to return to the ways of old. And we got to understand the ways of old is so far removed from what we are today, is that it's going to take drastic change, man. It was easy getting into wickedness. It's hard coming out for those that got hangups. People that don't have no hangups, all you gotta do is get rid of it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. That's what they say. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. You know how you come out of sin and wickedness? Don't do it.
Do it.
Guess how you quit smoking cigarettes? You is not gonna believe how you quit smoking cigarettes. That you
How you do it, Doc?
Yeah. Don't put another one in your mouth.
What?
That's it. Look, you say, well, you script. You ain't got no. Resist the devil.
That's right.
And he will flee
from you.
All you got to do, resist that thing. Don't do it. Don't go back. The problem is, see, you think Hasatan quiet. You don't realize he's talking to you all the time. Whispering in your ear. One of the Hebrew definitions of his name, I think, is like whispering or something like that, ain't it?
Yeah, whisper.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a whisper, wizard and stuff. Yeah, it's whisper. Yeah. All right, let me show you. I know exactly what you're talking about. We're gonna bring that out too, but I want to bring this out real quick. Dabarim 29 verses 17. Right. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do better. We're gonna do something. We're gonna go to 29 and we're gonna read that. We in Shabbat evening. Let's get to this thing. Let's 29. Dabarim 29. Dabarim 29.
29 and 1.
Yeah, 29 and 1 is we're gonna start it. I'm gonna read it from the Tanakh. I would like to read it from the Tanakh and real quick. But you can put it up on the screen anyway.
It's up there.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
Oh, it ain't up there. All right. Bring it up.
Okay, it says, Moshe summoned all Yashal and said to them, you have seen all that Yahweh did before your very eyes in the land of Mitzrayim, Egypt, to Pharaoh and to all his courtiers and to his whole country, the wondrous feats that you saw with your own eyes, those prodigious signs and marvels. Yet to this day, Yahweh has not given you a mind to comprehend, or eyes to see, or ears to hear. I led you through the wilderness 40 years. The clothes on your back did not wear out, nor did the sandals on your feet. You had no bread to eat and no wine or other intoxicant to drink, that you might know that I, Yahweh, am your all, your mighty one, your power. When you reach this place, King Sihon of Heshbon, and King Og of Bashan came out to engage us in battle, but we defeated them. We took their land and gave it to the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh as their heritage. Therefore, observe loyally all the terms of this covenant, that you may succeed in all that you undertake. 9 says, you stand this day, all of you, before Yahweh Hecha, your mighty one, your tribal heads, your elders, and your officials, all the men of Yashar, your children, your wives, even the stranger within your camp, from wood chopper to water drawer, to enter into the covenant of Yahweh Al-Henu, which Yahweh Al-Heka is concluding with you this day, with its sanctions, to the end that he may establish you this day as his people and be your all, as he promised you and as he swore to your fathers, Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov. I make this covenant with its sanctions, not with you alone, but both with those who are standing here with us today before Yahweh Hanu, and with those who are not with us here this day. Talking about us too. Well, you know that we dwelled in the land of Mizraim, and that we passed through the midst of various other nations through which you passed. And you have seen the detestable things, and the fetishes of wood and stone, talking about idols, silver and gold, that they keep. Perchance, listen, perchance, there is among you some man or woman, or some clan or tribe, whose heart is even now turning away from Yahweh Hanu, to go and worship the gods of those nations. Perchance there is among you a stock. What are they doing? Sprouting poison weed and wormwood, bitterness. When such a one hears the words of these sanctions, of these instructions, he may fancy himself immune, thinking, I shall be safe, though I follow my own willful heart, to the utter ruin of moist and dry alike. Listen, this is what it says. Yahweh will never forgive him. Rather, will Yahweh's anger, passion, rage against that man till every sanction recorded in this book comes down upon him, and Yahweh blots out his name from under the Shamayim. Yahweh will single them out from all the tribes of Yashar for misfortune, in accordance with all the sanctions of the covenant recorded in this book of teaching. See that? And later generations will ask the children who succeed you, and foreigners who come from distant lands, and see the plagues and diseases that Yahweh has inflicted upon that land, all its soil devastated by sulfur and salt, beyond sowing and producing, no grass growing in it, just like the upheaval of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Hey, real quick.
Hold on, I got you. I know.
You know what I'm gonna say?
Yeah, I know you do. I trust me, I do. Let me finish. I'm almost done, and I'm gonna let you say what you're saying about the land over there. Listen, why all nations we ask is, why did Yahweh do this to this land? Wherefore that awful wrath? They will be told. This is why. Because they forsook the covenant of Yahweh Eloheinu, their father. See that? And made with them when he freed them from the land of Mitzrayim. They turned to the service of other ones and worshiped them. Gods whom they had not experienced, who their forefathers have not known. It said, look, and whom he had not allotted to them. So Yahweh was incensed or enraged at that land and brought upon it all the curses recorded in this book, and Yahweh uprooted them from their soil in anger, fury, and great wrath, and cast them into another land, as is still the case. It's a reason to say it like that too, prophetically. As still is the case, right? Concealed acts concern Yahweh Eloheinu, but with overt acts, it is for us and our children ever to apply all the provisions of the teaching. So real quick, before you get into what you're saying, to a person that hear all these teachings and think in their heart, they're all gonna be well with them, even though they follow the dictation of their heart. It said the Most High will not forgive that person. That's an unpardonable sin, because you have blasphemed against the Ruach HaKodesh, which you saying Yah's lying. You a liar. Because I'm gonna do what I'm doing. It's gonna be well with me when the Most High said you're gonna be cursed if you do contrary to what I tell you. But since you want to say that and do that like that and be like that, ain't no forgiveness. I'm gonna wipe your butt off the face of the earth.
Gotta say, if it's right, I'm with it.
I'm trying to tell you. So you do well when you hear The Nabim, and you may not even look at us and consider us as Nabim. Okay, fine and well, oh well, well, look at us as two men or two brothers that's coming here speaking a word to you. Two brothers are speaking words to you, telling you, hey, man, it's time to turn from them GODs and the Christ and Most Highs in Christ. Listen, get away from that Greek. We're not Greek. We just read in Zechariah in the prophecy that the Most High is raising up Zion, against the sons of Greece. Now, let me give you another little hint. Another hint real quick. Now, this is on you. Take it and run with it and do your due diligence. Now, Timothy was considered Shaul or Paul's spiritual son. Why is that? Because he was taught of Shaul. Shaul taught and poured into Timothy. He received him as a spiritual son. So when you take that same mindset and take it over there in the Zechariah 9, said, I'm raising the sons of Sion, against you sons, O Greece. You see that? Against the sons of Greece. So these are the people that's following the teachings of the Grecians.
Hellenized.
The Hellenized people. We're against that. That's what we come against.
At our own peril.
This is a prophecy, man. It's prophecy being fulfilled, even now. So all esteem to Yahweh for that in the name of your son, Yahushua Mashiach, for raising us up to do such. Go ahead, Bob.
And, people so worried about the heathens killing us, man. The heathens really don't kill us like that. First of all, the majority of the people always been with what the heathens do. They ain't have the ruach to back them and to stand them on. They gave in to the idols. They gave in to the lifestyles, the orgies, the sex, the attire, and all that. They forsook their inheritance. They sold their inheritance for morsels of food, to eat at the table of idols, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it was only people like us that came in to try to turn them back, and they killed them for it. So the real people in this walk, you ain't got to worry about the heathen killing. You got to worry about your own. If you really speaking truth. Now, if you just a prosperity preacher, they cool with you. Listen, TD Jakes ain't got to worry about no persecution. He is with the program. And if you just out here coaxing your brothers and sisters along, not preparing them for the real things, not causing them to really separate themselves. Listen, man, how can you come out of her and you still believe in the whole thing? Christ, I mean, the C word, JC, all this stuff is rooted in the deception. How you go? It's like them in the wilderness, still thinking, oh, if it get bad, we could make the golden calf. No, you got to leave it all back there. If that golden calf meant anything for you, you wouldn't be where you supposed to be going. But you know what it is, though? And this is a fact. This video is for those that don't know no better. Hopefully, we caught you at a time that you didn't know, and we gave you some knowledge, and now you repent and you turn. For the people that know better, for the people who didn't heard this stuff before and then disregarded it, hey, listen, man. You get what you get, but it ain't from a lack of being told and being pleaded with. The Most High said he gonna plead with his people. And he want those that get knowledge and understanding to turn around and plead with them so that we could get your blood off our hands. We got people in this walk that we love. We got brothers that we love. And we love them enough to tell them something they might not want to hear. And to face them want to backbite against us. You probably sitting somewhere watching the video. Oh, look at all here. Why they always got to talk about crap? Why they always got to do? It's bigger than that. You can do all that in your corner. But it was our job to show you something you might not have heard. And if you have heard, you don't care. You click on, click off, all right, gone. But this is for the ones that didn't know. The ones that's sitting up under prosperity preachers that ain't telling them about none of this. We come to tell you about it. Now, we're not trying to, you need to walk to go with it. Please don't do not get me and my brother twisted. We got a whole line of videos about abstaining from sin, about, This whole podcast is about separating yourself from from idols. That's what it's all about. Casting out demons. These idols is demons. Our people don't need to be healed from leprosy and 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 healed from being cripples. You need to be healed from Christianity. You need to be healed from idol worship because we under a different type of like Paul tried to tell you. We battle against principalities and rulerships in high places. The abominations of desolation that's in your mind that's just tearing you down. What you need to be healed of leprosy for, and you can't stop jacking off the porn. You can't stop watching football on Sunday or what. Like, it's stuff that you don't understand is killing you. And that's what me and my brother is here for. Now, people ain't gonna like it. People gonna naysay against it, whatever. But listen, man, I came into this walk not knowing none of you. So if you're gonna rock with me, rock with me. If you're gonna stand with me, stand with me. If not, then stand aside, man, because I'm gonna keep going how I'm going. Now, all this stuff is in love, man. This ain't no rebuke, no condemning. I mean,
it is.
it's a rebuke to a certain degree, but not against your character.
And it is a condemning. It's a condemning of that false teaching, not against
Right.
you as a being,
Not
as a
personal. Please don't think it's personal. See, people get so sidetracked and get so in their feelings and think I'm coming for them or we coming for for they walk. No, we're not coming for your walk, but what we want to make you understand is that this is connected to your walk and it's a hindrance to it. It's like you walking around with your zipper open. You might got on the best outfit. You sharp. You got on your Southern Kingdom apparel. You blinging, but your damn zipper's wide open, and it's not a good appearance.
Tell me zip up a zipper. Oh, man, you hate. Quit hating, man. You hate.
You know what happens when somebody tell you zip up your zipper? Oh, you're embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. Zip it up. Now you really sharp when you zip that thing.
You sharp.
Now you can stride with your shoulders out with your pop. You get what I'm saying? And that's all we're trying to do. We're just trying to tell you that your zipper down, man. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't think it's an issue, you shouldn't use nothing he bred. You shouldn't use nothing he bred. You shouldn't be calling yourself an Israel. You can say, you're a Christian son of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In Christ and all. Go full-fledged. Why you ain't full-fledged? Why is it Yahushua the Christ and Yeshua the Christ? I'm confused. Help your brother, man.
Man, it don't make no sense, period, man. People gonna feel how they gonna feel, man. The truth may be offensive, but okay, oh well. That's the Mashiach is a stumbling block to some and a help to others. So hey, it is what it is. That's how I'm looking at it, man. That's all it is to it.
Stumbling block,
period, man.
Just put a man at variance with those of his own household.
Yeah.
How much more are you gonna be with somebody over the internet?
Right. You probably already thinking, shoot, look, I don't know them like that. They ain't around me. I ain't got to be around them people like that. They can say whatever they want to say. Okay, well, hey, you do as you wish, can continue. But like I said, these words ain't falling to the ground because there is a reckoning. You better know it. It's a reckoning that's coming forth from these words. It's a reckoning because it's a responsibility that you're going to have to do. And this is all it is to it. You can try to act and ignore whatever. That ain't going to change the fact that it's a reckoning that you gotta stand in front of the king. Clear?
The same argument we got is the same argument you got for your relatives when you try to tell them to put down Christmas. Because when you tell them to put down Christmas and you tell them about all the paganry, they're gonna say it ain't about all that. I'm not worshiping Nimrod and penises and all this stuff. I'm not into all that. This is just for the kids. It's about the spirit. He said, man, listen, You can't take a branch off a rotting tree. When the root rot, everything gonna die. What's the root of Christ and the root of JC? Where this stuff come from?
Hmm.
You think Peter was running around talking about JC? Think he was saying Lord, Lord, and all this? These people weren't saying this. Even the titles. Listen, this is the thing. This is the deception. Is that these words mean the characteristics in the Hebrew. That's where y'all getting off at. You say, well, Christ, it just means anointed. These people don't know nothing about no anointing. They didn't put that in there so you could think you doing something, man. But if the origin, the original origin of it was to this man Serapis, how you gonna add anointing in there on it? It don't go. But you think it go, and you happy with that. How you gonna know it come from? There's a man, Serapis Christus. And then was he anointed? Was he the Kodash one of the creator of the Shemaim and the Arites? I doubt it very seriously. Did he lead his people to? Was he coming to save his people, the children of Yasharal? Was that what Serapis Christus was doing? Well, if not, how could he be anointed? How could he be a Mashiach then? That's what all the Mashiachs did. They came to lead the people out of destruction and out of idolatry into righteousness. When you go into Joshua, you go into David, you go into, like what? Nehemiah, all these people came to repel the breach that came from idolatry and from wickedness. None of this shit apply to no damn Serapis Christus. So how you gonna apply it to how you gonna take what they call him and call it to your real Hamashiach, man? Come on, man. Just when you really think about this, a lot of this stuff, you just know, like I know it don't apply. So I don't really go into how deep the deception is until I talk about it. And then when I'm talking about it, I'm like, they really believe this stuff? Do you really analyze it? Like, man?
Yeah, I know, right? See, we only able to see that because the Most High Yah has allowed us to see it. Because we was meek when we heard these things and did our due diligence and revealed, and the Most High revealed it to us. So you got to be meek. And sometimes people, that's why you got to be watchful with even the knowledge that you possess or what you think you know, because knowledge puffs up, man. And when you think you know something, you feel like, oh man, I ain't nobody got to do all that and all that and all that. That's puffed up, man. That's not meek. That's not teachable. That's not receiving that you think, how else? See, the Most High resists the proud, but he gives favor to the humble. And it's a favor to know that, Christ ain't it. God is not it, because it helps you. And then and show you what is it to turn to the Most High Yah wholeheartedly in pureness, and, wholeheartedly in Ruach and Amat, in truth, doing it in sincerity and truth, man. It's a barakah. It's a blessing, man. It's a barakah. So, man, it's time to wake up. It's time to and for those listening the Christian way, man, it's time to get up out of that. It's not working. It's not it. Don't be deceived, thinking that JC is the way, and that's not, because it's not. That's Greek. That's the Greek stuff. That's their stuff. They incorporated that stuff for such a long time, and it's time we fighting. The Most High is raising up Zion, man. We call Zion. We fighting against the sons of Greece. We fighting against those teachings. We fighting against their stuff. See, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty in Yah for the pulling down of stronghold, because there's a stronghold in the hearts of men. And Mashiach, the word of the living all, is supposed to sit enthroned on the heart. Yah, the Most High Yah, see, that's the Most High and His Son come and sup with you in your temple
and receive that thing. And two, that's because I know my people. I know what they're gonna say. I know what they're gonna quote. He said he's gonna speak to us in a stammering tongue of another language and all this. Listen here, man. And listen here. Definitions mean something. You're not finna refer to the Most High Yah as a dog. You're not finna say my dog, my, you know, Bicth. You know why? Because these names got meanings, derogatory meanings that you would never apply to him. So why is it when we go and show you the meanings of this stuff and the origins of this stuff, you still want to use it? It's the same thing, man. Cause I just know how people gonna try to twist it and spin it and try to make it seem so right. Cause I done been down this road before.
Mm-hmm.
People like us, we ain't just now bringing forth this truth. It burns our insides up to sit around people that involve themselves in this stuff.
I'm telling you, man.
You want to try to talk to them, want to try to pull different ones of them off to the side, like, brother, you know, man, that thing really do gotta, you know, that thing started bad, you know. Oh, brother, you see, brother, what about it? This and that and that. Like, man, you sound like you don't want to separate from that thing. You
Mm-hmm.
sound like you was fully entrenched in that thing, man. And it, you know, it. Listen, this is the thing.
And real quick, I want to share this because when my brother said something about stammer, you know, stammer is like a stutter. It's just, you know, somebody stuttering across some words to say something. That's a stutter. But anyway, go ahead.
We, we just, man, look, people want to give up on trying to do right because it's gonna be difficult. Man, everybody ain't gonna be able to come together, man. Everybody, we got too many differences. Look, this is the thing. Some people got a hard heart and a hard head and won't be removed from it. We know this. That's why there's a hell. That's where they're going. It's not about them. We had the Hellbron Men's Gathering. Not many people told us it wasn't gonna happen. It ain't gonna come to nothing. Ain't nobody gonna do it. We heard all this at the beginning. We said it amongst ourselves, man. You know, people ain't really gonna be, man. People ain't trying to hear all this stuff. But you know what? It wasn't about the fact of what people weren't gonna do. It was about the people that came. And them brothers that came, we had fun, we enjoyed each other. We built bonds and had friendships. We've been having group conversations and chats and stuff ever since. It kind of dwindled down a little bit, but it used to be in abundance. But I'm just saying, it's the fact of just putting forth the effort and seeing the fruits thereof. Think if we would have had the mind of, oh, it just ain't gonna work, and never tried, we would have never had what we had. I done got elders now that love me and deal with me, and if I need something, they got me, because you know what? They had a chance to get around me and know who I am. I think Elder Simon knew. He must have thought I was a pretty boy or something. Like I don't get down out here in the like I
You
don't
had to
get
show him
dirty
out.
or something, man.
You had to
I had,
show him.
I had to show him on that tabernacles, man. I got to cutting that tree up, man. Cut that tree up for 5 days. Tabernacles, man. He's like, oh, I didn't know you do like, yeah, it's bigger than that. But see, you never get to do this stuff if you don't get with people on a personal level. So we got to get rid of that mindset of, you know, it's too hard, it's too difficult. We got to wait on Hamashiach to settle stuff. Listen now, I'm just going to give you some script. When Paul told, I forgot who he was talking to. Paul said, don't you know ye are going to judge the angels? You can't settle these small things amongst yourself. You can't set apart doctrines. You can't set apart differences. You can't prove a thing out. You can't give precept upon precept. Come together and do it. If you say you about truth, prove it. Oh, I'm about truth, but I'm gonna stay over here. You stay over there, and it's just gonna be what it goes. How is that 12 tribes, one nation? How we gonna be one nation? You think Hamashiach is gonna take all the bitterness, all the mistrust, he gonna take it out of our heart? Or do we got to just get it out? Listen, this thing is about, he's gonna remove the person that brings these things. But once Hasatan is cast into his pit, if it's in your heart, it's in your heart. What do you mean?
Mm. Oh, and real quick, when you said what you said too, what came up to mind, what came up to heart is that people looking at when you come and bringing this to bring forth edification and light to them as if you bringing strife. What? The strife is already there. It's just bringing you out of that dark. When somebody's
Oh,
in,
that's why you don't like the video. You're full of strife.
right, we for shalom and y'all for war.
We ain't called you out your name. We ain't did you like half your family members and coworkers done you, but we the bad guy. You know?
That's how it's made in this world, man. It's crazy world. That strife is already there, but when you bringing up these issues, it ruffle feathers. Oh, you strife. We don't. You bringing division among. The vision is already there. You supposed to be children of the Most High Yah. Bring it out. You got to get. Come on, man.
We the main ones talking unity. How can you be talking unity and division at the same time?
I don't know, man. People just see it how they see it. They say what they say, and then a lot of people, like you said, I remember that one time you was talking about how people try to stop you from bringing out certain things to get you to receive. Like, now, brother, that's pride, brother. That's pride because you saying and you don't want to. That ain't no pride. We standing up for truth, and you saying it's pride. We ain't listening to what you talking about. Like we supposed to be bowing down to what you say. See, we coming. Mashiach told us how to come, man. Oh, he told us to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Sometimes you might have to be in a certain type of submissive way to bring forth that the Most High is telling you to bring forth for the people to hear.
Because
Telling you, man.
my problem. That's why I need some work at, cause I don't know this whole, I mean, I could try to be subtle, but not with something that's just blatantly wicked and blatantly against. Now I could try to, I know how to play chess. I know how to, do a little something over here, but you really trying to go over there. I know how to do that, misdirection. But now when it's something imminent, man, you got people out here really playing with people's souls.
Yeah, really.
Brother did the video the other day. This nigga said Moses then lied to the people with what he brought it down off Sinai. That is the basis for everything. Listen, the man brought in, because the people, just like we are now, we done forgot our heritage. The people in Egypt have forgotten their heritage. What he brought down was something that was already in the earth. That's what Abraham used. That's what Isaac and them did. Why do you think they built altars? Where do you think it come from? The priesthood was already in the earth before they ever talked about Levi. Man ain't started nothing new. What? How Cain and Abel make an offering to the Most High? What? For what? It was already in the earth. People crazy, man, acting like Moses did something new, and it wasn't new. If you go back and read the Testaments, you go back and read Joshua, you find out Adam knew about Adam and Eve kept tabernacles. When they got kicked out, they spent 7 days in a tabernacle. It says it. Adam knew of certain ways to afflict himself. They afflicted themselves when they got kicked out as a atonement. All this stuff has been in the earth, and people come out like this stuff brand new. So when I see people doing contrary to that, and you realize this is the foundation, the scripture tells us, remove not the old landmark. So what the ancestors did is what we could do also. Because if they did it and got in, how we can't get in? How we can't do it? And they did it and got in. They did it before Levi. Abraham kept Torah before Moses. Adam kept Torah before Moses. They got in. Enoch kept it before Moses. How they get in? Seth kept Torah before Moses. How they get in? So you sitting here and tell me Hamashiach that it was so bad. Hamashiach had to come. Hamashiach had to come because we lost our temple. We lost the ability to keep certain parts of it. So he came to be that forever. We don't have a temple to keep the agreements that they agreed to. Like he said, this agreement is for you today and for those who aren't here today. So there had to be another way. It had to be a way out of it. But that don't mean the rest of it ain't supposed to be done. It ain't supposed to be kept in its fullest, man. And people just listen. When you think about the alternative to getting in, what can't come off the table, man? Take a lighter. This is for candles, by the way. We don't smoke in this house. This is for candles and whatnot. But take this and put your hand over it. Burn yourself and see if you want that forever. Because this thing is real, man. This ain't nothing to be playing with. This ain't nothing to be, you know, it ain't that bad. And man, it is that bad, man. And it is that serious. Because if you gonna take out the ways of the heathen worship Serapis Christus and call themselves Christians. So you gonna do the same thing? You talk about Christians, but you keep the name Christ. You condemn Christians, but you keep the name Christ. It is, and I keep talking because when I'm quiet about it, I hear their rebuttals. Because like I said, this ain't the first time, man. We've been doing this thing. We've been trying to talk to people, convert people, and get them out. And it always be some kind of you just sit and listen to that thing. And it be like people you care about. And it's like to keep from just getting into a full-blown argument, you just be like, all right, man. I done told you. But it'd be like, damn. You stuck on that thing. You're not going to come up off that thing no time soon. And that's why he's going to have to wipe away our tears, man. Because people we loved and cared for is not going to be there.
Yeah.
We're going to cry about that thing. We're going to cry about the destruction we just seen come upon the earth, about the bodies laid in the ground, that the fowls of the air are going to come and eat on. We're going to see these people. That's why he's going to have to come wipe away our tears.
Yeah.
For the destruction of those that would not turn from their wicked ways.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Go ahead, Doc.
That's a hobble, man. This ain't got nothing to do with we trying to get people to turn to us or anything, man. We're brothers that's in a family fold that desiring our other family members to get it and be there. We want you to turn back to the Creator, to the Father, the way that He wants you to turn to Him. Don't make this about us. Don't make this about that's their doctrine, that's their what they trying to. This is just the pure doctrine. This is what the Most High want. This is what His will is. He desires us to be tamim, perfect, blameless. And in order to do that, we have to be purified and get that stuff out. I'll tell you one thing: if he got ways. All Elyon has ways to turn that fire up on you and make it where, okay, he got ways. My advice is to take heed to what you heard today. Take heed to it. If you don't believe it and you're skeptical, do your due diligence. Search. Truth is truth. Truth don't change. Truth is the same. Didn't the Father say, I'm the same yesterday, today, and forevermore? So is the same with Mashiach, because He's the truth, the word of the Most High Yah. The same thing. It's true. He loyal and true. Trustworthy and true. Loyal and true. Genuine. And what you call that, what is that word they call that? Reliable. Because it's truth. And it's real. It's authentic. It's genuine. It's time, man. It's high time. It's time. All this play, thinking somebody have and you ain't. And what you're really doing is when you speaking like that, you really you loving a lie. And what He say? Those that practice and love a lie, where they gonna be? in the outer darkness,
Yeah.
where the dogs more than with weeping and gnashing of teeth. Take heed, man. Take heed, man. Let that lie go, man. It's a lie. I'm telling you, it is a lie. It's a deception. What type of brothers would that be for us seeing a ditch in a certain area and you walking down that ditch and we got the power to say, hey, don't go down there. You know what I mean? Don't go down there. It's a big old, you ain't gonna be able to see it, but it's a big old ditch over there. Don't go over there.
We commanded to warn you. That's the thing about it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's you got to think about you got to think about matter of fact, we're gonna pull that thing up. What chapter talks about Stephen, man? I'm gonna pull that thing
That's
up.
in the book of Acts. In the book of Acts, Acts it's not 4, is it? No. Let me find it.
Stephen said, man, they killed your prophets. Now they trying to kill me.
Shoot.
I felt that thing, man. Because that's exactly what's going on.
So that's Acts 7.
I
Acts 7.
thought it was 7.
Mhm.
Let's read about the story of
54:60.
Stephen one time. Oh yeah.
It's way in 50, like 50, 54. But he, before that, that's the way he actually getting stoned in 54. But before
No,
that,
I want to talk. I want the part where he like spoke to him, told him their history and everything. Because this is what got him killed.
oh
That,
yeah,
let's talk about the truth he brought to him. What did Stephen say?
yeah. Go. You gonna have to read it from the beginning. We ain't look at it. We got time.
What
Come on
is it
with
at 6?
7.
No, it's all the way to 6, boy.
Let me see. Oh, certain synagogues, which is synagogues.
Right here. It said
Okay,
dispute
yeah. This
Stephen.
was Stephen. Disputing with Stephen. Okay, and they were able
Let's
to.
hold on. Until
Uh,
multitude. Let's just do the whole thing here,
man,
man.
I'm with it. I'm all for it, man. Come on, man. Let's eat.
People get shot, winded, whatever. Paul didn't come back later. It's on YouTube. The Life of an Israelite. There's also a page on Facebook, The Life of an Israelite. Tune in, check him out. They on there for you. And in those days, when the number of the disciples was multiplied, there arose a murmuring of the Grecians
Here we go again.
against the Hebrews,
Mm.
because their widows were neglected in the daily ministration. Now, these Grecians are um, Hellenized uh, Hebrews, I'm thinking, because um, well, I don't know, because it says Hebrews. Now, if it had to say Jews, then we could have seen a difference in it. But saying Hebrews is putting it out there. But anyway, because their widows were neglected in the daily ministration. Then the 12 called the multitude of the disciples unto them and said, it is not reason that we should leave the word of Yah and serve tables. Wherefore, brethren, look ye out among you 7 men of honest report, full of the Ruach HaKodesh and wisdom, whom we may appoint over this business. But we will give ourselves continually to prayer and to the ministry of the word. And the saying pleased the whole multitude, and they chose Stephen, a man full of faith and of the Ruach HaKodesh, and Philip, Prochorus. See, look, this is another thing. These same people that use Christ don't use Holy Ghost. They say Ruach for the most part. Like what? Why are you picking and choosing, man? Because you've read the connotations and know that we don't deal in ghosts. We don't deal in ghosts. And spirits are the uh uns the what is it, Ark? It's the children of the giants or something that's
The
on the
fallen
earth, roaming the earth.
angel.
Yeah. We don't deal in spirits. A spirit is negative. Anyway, and Philip and Prochorus and Nicanor and Timon and Parmenius and Nicholas, a proselyte of Antioch, whom they set before the apostles. And when they prayed, they laid their hands on them. And the word of Yah increased, and the number of the disciples multiplied in Jerusalem greatly. And a great company of priests were obedient to the faith. And Stephen, full of, what's the word, Doc, for faith?
Emunah.
Amunah.
Emunah.
Full of Amunah and power, did great wonders and miracles among the people. Then there arose certain of the synagogue, which is called the synagogue of the Libertines. And the see, when you get into these brand names, people start going off. So here we got Hebrews that's a part of the synagogue, but they went and got their own little brand name. The Libertines and the Cyrenians and the Alexandrians, and of them of Cilicia and Asia, disputing with Stephen. And they were not able to resist the wisdom and the ruach by which he spoke. Then they see, when they can't beat him, gotta kill him. Then they suborned men, which said, we have heard him speak blasphemous. That word there, we might need to look that thing up, but we kind of crunch the time a little bit. I'm sure it means they man. Let's just look it up real quick. Bribe or otherwise induce to commit an unlawful act such as perjury. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what it was. I want to make sure. Oh, you couldn't even see that, could you? Could you see
Oh,
that?
you would like some bars?
I had pulled it up. Anyway, all right. Uh, who's we at here? Okay. And they stirred up the people and the elders. These are people of none understanding. These people that's without knowledge and wisdom. How have they been with Stephen, being taught and seeing the kind of a man he is? This is a man appointed by the men that they do believe in. So you believe in the apostles, but this man whom they appointed to handle the smaller affairs, you you get raised up against him by these other wicked men. Says they stirred up the people and the elders. It's crazy. None have understanding. And the scribes, and came upon him and caught him and brought him to the council and set up false witnesses, which said, this man ceaseth not to speak blasphemous words against this. Yeah, it probably is holy. Ain't Kodash. I just said it.
What I?
Kodash and the law.
Mm-hmm.
For we have heard him say that this
Yo.
Yahusha of Nazareth shall destroy this place and shall change the customs which Moses delivered us. And all that sat in the council, looking steadfastly on him, saw his face as it had been the face of a malak.
Mm-hmm.
Then said the high priest, are these things so? And he said, this got to be the speech of a lifetime right here.
Yeah, this is it. Son,
Yeah.
this is the speech.
And he said, men, brethren, and fathers, hearken. Notice he ain't said sisters and daughters. This is another thing. Our sisters, man, listen,
That's
beloved,
right. Yeah.
you gotta have a seat. You gotta have a seat in the back. If not in the back, somewhere else. You ain't gotta go home. You gotta get the hell up out of there when men's is talking. Men, brethren, and fathers, hearken. The uh all the had in the singular
Yeah, yeah. Alai is my so you can say Alai. Yeah, Alai. Alai
Allah
Kabul.
appeared unto our father Abraham when he was in Mesopotamia
Uh,
before he dwelt in Haran.
Real quick before you go on, when you see that sometimes it be changes and it varies. So it can be
They came.
Ha'al, it can be Ha'al in front, like Ha'al, Kabul. So I'm just saying, go ahead.
Oh,
I just want to
oh,
put
you
that in.
mean instead of glory?
No. For the glory, that be that's Kabul, of course. I'm just saying when you talk about the God, it's talking about Ha'al, Alai. Yeah, Alai, Allah.
And said unto him, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred, and come into the land which I shall show thee. You know what's crazy? This whole time, the Canaanites been in the land they weren't supposed to be in, and the Most High waited until the time of Abraham to give him that thing. That's you know, since the time after the flood, the Canaanites had been in Shem's land, and the Most High was waiting that whole time. All the Shemites who had been born, he was passing over them, passing over them, passing over them, and got to Abraham and said, "Yep, this it. This the one I'm gonna let restore the land. Well, through him and his seed, I'm gonna restore the land to Shem." That's that's something deep. That's a whole other story in itself. Then came he out of the land of the Chaldeans and dwelt in Haran, and from thence, when his father was dead, he removed him into this land wherein ye now dwell. And he gave him none inheritance in it, no, not so much as to set his foot on. Yet he promised that he would give it to him for a possession, and to his seed after him, when as yet he had no child. And Yah spoke on this wise, that his seed should sojourn in a strange land, that they should bring them into bondage and entreat them evil 400 years. And the nation to whom they shall be in bondage will I judge, said Yah. And after that shall they come forth and serve me in this place. And he gave them the covenant of circumcision. And so Abraham begat Isaac and circumcised him the 8th day. And Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob, uh, Yiskak, Yaakov. Yaakov begat the 12 patriarchs, and the patriarchs moved with envy, sold Joseph into Egypt, Mizraim, and Yah was with him and delivered him out of all his afflictions, and gave him favor and wisdom in the sight of Pharaoh, king of Mizraim, and he made him governor over Mizraim and all his house. Now there came a dearth over all the land of Mizraim and Canaan, and great affliction, and our fathers found no sustenance. And when Jacob heard that there was corn in Mizraim, he sent out our fathers first. And at the second time, Joseph was made known to his brethren, and Joseph's kindred was made known unto Pharaoh. Then sent Joseph and called his father Jacob to him and all his kindred, 60 and 15 souls. And Jacob went down into Mizraim and died, he and his fathers. He and our fathers, sorry, not the fathers of Jacob, and were carried over into Shechem and laid into the sepulchre that Abraham bought for a sum of money of the sons of Emor and the father of Shechem. And when the time of the promise drew nigh, which Yah had sworn to Abraham, the people grew and multiplied in Mizraim till another king arose, which knew not Joseph. And the same dealt subtly with our kindred, and evil entreated our fathers, so that they cast out their young children to the end that they might not live. In which time Moshe was born, and was exceeding fair, and nourished up in his father's house 3 months. And when he was cast out, Pharaoh's daughter took him up and nourished him for her own son. And Moshe was learned in all the wisdom of the, what would that be?
But it'll be they'll say Bani Matraim.
The name is Israel,
Mm-hmm.
and was
Some will
mighty
say it's
in
right.
words and in deeds. And when he was full 40 years old, it came into his heart. Man, listen, man, I feel like Yahusha was 40 years old when he died. Because it don't make no sense for him to be 33. None at all. We
Yeah,
ain't got no numbers involving no 33, but we got plenty of them involving 40. You know what I'm saying? And the scripture has said something about him being about the age of 30 years old. And it's like no other place have I seen it estimate like that about about 30, about, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, I don't know. I could be wrong, but it would make a lot more sense if he was 40 years old.
I heard what you said. That 33 though, that number go a long way, especially in the Messianic realm. 30
Yeah,
is the highest degree for them and stuff and all that old stuff.
that's what they try to use against us and trying to discredit the Bible and all that. You know what I'm saying? But it don't really say. I don't think it even said that he was 33 years old. I think that's just like something that people just throw in there.
It don't
Because
it
he
don't it
said
don't it
about
don't literally
30 years old, and it said he had a ministry for
for
about,
3 years. It say he had a
yeah.
ministry for about 3 years. Yeah.
So it never says verbatim that he was 33 years old. Now, what if he started his ministry when he was 37? Because it said he was about 30 some, which meaning they couldn't really know how old he was because he spent his early years in Egypt. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
His early years were spent in Egypt. And I don't think he came back until he was like, what, 10, 12 years old? Something like that. He was up there. So, I don't know. I'm just saying. 33 don't make no sense to me. But 40 is all through the scriptures. Anyway, it came into his heart to visit his brethren. And see, it would make sense that that would be the time that he came to Jerusalem, you know, to his brethren and everything. Whatever. Brethren, the children of Yasharal. And seeing one of them suffer wrong, he defended him and avenged him that was oppressed, and smote the Bani of Mizraim. Well, yeah. For he supposed his brethren would have understood how that Yah by his hand would deliver them, but they understood not. It's some meat on that bone right there, too. He's sitting there trying to help people, and he thought they would comprehend and be like, yeah, our brother trying to help us. Whole time they offended.
Hmm.
And the next day he showed himself unto them as they strove, and would have set them at once again, saying, sirs, ye are brethren. Why do ye wrong one another? What you saying? Listen, why you talking like that? What's wrong with you? But he that did his neighbor wrong thrust him away, saying, Who made thee a ruler and a judge over us? Ain't that what they say? Wilt thou kill me as thou didst the Egypt the Beni of Mizraim yesterday? Then fled Moshe at this saying, and was a stranger in the land of Midian, where he begat two sons. And when 40 years were expired, see, another 40, so he was 80 when he came back. But somewhere else it said he stayed shorter than that. So I don't know. When 40 years were expired, there appeared to him in the wilderness of Mount Sinai a Malak of the Adonai in the flame of the fire in the bush. When Moshe saw it, he wondered at the sight. And as he drew near to behold it, the voice of the Adonai came unto him, saying, I am the Allah of thy fathers, the
Allah
the
of Abraham, Allah of Yitzchak, and Allah of Yaakov. Yeah, that's how
yeah.
it's written. Allah. Mm-hmm.
Then Moshe trembled and durst not behold. Then said the Adonai to him, Put off thy shoes from thy feet, for this place where thou standest is Kodash ground. We need to find out where Medea is. Because he said Medea is Kodash ground. Because this is where he was at when he seen the burning bush. No, he's in Sinai. He's in the wilderness at Sinai. So that means Sinai have to be near Medea then, because it don't say that he had left Medea yet. See, he was a stranger in the land of Median, and he appeared to him in Mount Sinai. So it's at least close. You got to be close to each other.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna check into that thing a little later. Wikipedia that thing. Anyway, saying 35. This Moshe whom they refused. Hold on, I'll go back 34. I have seen the affliction of my people in the Mizraim. I have heard their groaning, and am come down to deliver them, and now come. I will send thee into Mizraim. Then Moshe, whom they refused, saying, Whom made thee a ruler and a judge? The same did Yah send to be a ruler and a deliverer by the hand of the Malak which appeared to him in the bush. He brought them out. After that, he had showed wonders and signs in the land of Mizraim and in the Red Sea, and in the wilderness 40 years. Another four. That's 340s we didn't seen so far. And this is that Moshe was said unto the children of Yasharal, a prophet shall the Adonai your Allah raise up unto you of your brethren like unto me. Him shall ye hear. That is he that was in the assembly in the wilderness,
Mm-hmm.
with the Malak which spake to him in the Mount Sinai, and with our fathers who received the lively oracles to give unto. See, you know what? All the times I done read this, I never knew Stephen basically said there was some Mashiach in the wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew that. I
Mm-hmm.
I just thought we pretty much drew that conclusion when you know it was not Yah firsthand. You know what I'm saying? Like he did it through somebody else. And that's how a lot of us come to the conclusion. I don't think we ever knew that it was like Stephen actually said. He said, This is he that was in the assembly in the wilderness, which with the Malak would spake to him in Mount Sinai, and with our fathers who received the lively oracles to give unto us, to whom our fathers would not obey, but
He talking
thrust
about
them
Moshe.
from them.
That's talking about Moshe right there on that 38.
Okay.
Yeah, it's talking about Moshe. This is he talking about the Moshe in which it's talking about Moshe. And it
Well,
says to whom my fathers
it's
will not
saying
obey.
here though, in
Mm-hmm.
37, this is that Moshe was said unto the children of Israel, A prophet shall the Adonai your Allah raise up unto you of your brethren, like unto me. Him shall ye hear. And then, you could be right, but when it's speaking of another person after Moshe, and
Yeah,
then
now
it's
that's talking about Mashiach. When it's talking about, another a prophet as unto himself, it's talking about the Mashiach. Then it's talking about, and it can also be taught. It's so many formats because it could be. It was talking about also Yahusha that was in the wilderness too, which was Yahusha that brought the children of Yashal into the land of Mitzrayim. But then that was like a prophecy of speaking of Yahusha. Though you get what I'm saying? So it's
right.
like okay, because a prophet as unto Moshe. If you look at it, if you look at the play out in the wilderness as unto Moshe, who heard from the Most High to bring word to the people, that was given to Yahusha in the wilderness. But that is also like a shadow. There's a shadow and a type, you know. So it's like this is he that was in the assembly in the wilderness with the Malach, which spoke to him in the Mount Sinai, and with our fathers who received the lively oracles who gave the mind you when you go back. You know, Moshe and the 70 elders, they went up, they ate and dined, and Yahusha was at a certain place. I'm talking about the one Yahusha, the son of Nun. So this prophet, this Yahusha, the son of Nun, was the one that received, that was like unto Moshe at that time to speak, that heard from the Most High and do and follow the instructions to take the children of Yashal into the thing. But then, when you read on down in Hebrews, it talks about, uh, talking about the Yahusha, the salvation of Yahweh, which gonna lead us into the true rest of the Most High Yah, because it speaks about how if Yahusha has given them rest, it would by no means be spoken of another day, about that rest. So I'm just saying you got to look, you see that, and it's talking about Yahusha, but it's talking about it's giving it's Moshe, because if let it be all told, the one that was in the wilderness, you would say that the Malach was the one was Yahusha before he was brought into the flesh. You get what I'm saying? As the messenger of Yahweh, because it says to him, it says, this is he that was in the assembly in the wilderness with the Malach, which spoke to him in the Mount Sinai, and with our fathers who received the lively oracles to give unto us. So Moshe went up to the top of the mountain. When he went up to the top of the mountain, that's the same mountain when he told the people, don't touch the edge of the mountain. Yeah, let everybody wash themselves, bathe themselves. Don't even come near your women, and make sure your clothes is washed and be clean, and then come up to the base of the mountain, but don't touch it. Don't let nothing gaze through. Don't let nothing go through. Otherwise, they're gonna be shot down, killed. They're gonna be killed. So when they went up there, it spoke about how they sat down and they ate. It spoke about they sat down and they ate, and the Most High didn't break out against them on the top of the mountain, though. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, man, that right there is
All right, good stuff. All right, 39. To whom our fathers would not obey, but thrust him from them, and in their hearts turned back again into Mizraim,
yeah.
saying unto Aharon, make us Elohim to go before us. For as for Moshe, which brought us out the land of Mizraim, we what not what is become of him.
Right, right. Real quick before you go on, I want to go back to that thing. I want y'all to know what I'm saying, and so it can be some clarity, because somebody might listen to me like, man, what are you talking? That this is he is still talking about Moses. It's still talking about Moshe. This is he that was in the assembly within the wilderness with the Malach, because the Malach spoke to him in Mount Sinai with our fathers who received the lively oracles to give unto us. Still talking about Moshe. I did that breakdown about Yahusha because that was a shadow, a foreshadowing of Yahusha HaMashiach to come, the one that was to come. That's why I said that. I just want you to know from the gate, I still make my stand that this is he is Moshe still. So it won't be no confusion. That's all I want to do. That's all I'm saying. So we continue.
Um, and they made a calf in those days and offered a sacrifice unto the idol and rejoiced in the works of their own hands. Then Yah turned and gave them up to worship the host of Shemaim, as it was written in the book of the prophets. O ye house of Yasharal, have ye offered to me slain beasts and sacrifices by the space of 40 years in the wilderness? See that they made an offering to the other God and ain't made one to the Most High. You'd think if they was worried and everything that they made an offering to the Most High. Mm-mm-mm. Wise to do evil, but to do good they know not. Yea, ye took up the tabernacles of Moloch and the star of your god Remphan. We got to look up that thing too, the star of Remphan. Let's see real quick. Let's just go in there and see what it's saying. Hold on, I gotta reshare that thing. Share screen, whole screen. Oh, look at the star of Remphan. Look at what it say when you Google the star of Remphan. Does this look familiar? Does this look familiar to some of you people out here? This is what we do on the Mark 67 podcast. We gotta tear them idols down.
Mm-hmm.
This star is an idol for some of you people out here. You really stuck on it. You want to call it the lily and all this other stuff. Listen, no, stop it. We see what it is. You see this up?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it.
Star of Remphan versus the Shield of David. And look, there you go, Acts 7:43. All right, all praises. He brought that out on a humbug real quick. Real quick, little humbug thing. All right, our fathers had the tabernacle of witness in the wilderness, as he had appointed, speaking unto Moshe that he should make it according to the fashion that he had seen, which also our fathers that came after brought in with Yahusha, the possession of the Gentiles, which also our fathers that came after brought in with Yahusha into the possession of the Gentiles, whom Yah drave out before the face of our fathers until the days of David, who found favor before Yah and desired to find a tabernacle for the holiday of Yaakov. But Solomon built him a house, howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as says the prophet. The Shemaim is my throne, and the Arats is my footstool. What house will ye build me, saith the Adonai? Or what is the place of my rest? Hath not my hand made all these things? Ye stiff necked and uncircumcised in heart. See, this is where this is where people get a little tender eared at when you go to talking to them like this. But you see, this how all the greats talk. Abraham talked to Nimrod like this. Uh, Are ye ignorant, O king? Like he
Mm-hmm.
get a little stiff on him sometime, man. Ye stiff necked and uncircumcised in heart and ears, ye do always resist the Ruach HaKodesh as your fathers did. So do ye. See, this is the condemnation that comes. This is this is what you call a stern rebuke.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all think we go too hard sometimes. We might not be going hard enough. Cause this is more direct and more just really just putting that thing all the way out there. We kind of talk about the sin, but he going straight at the people. He's stiff necked and uncircumcised. This is personal. This a, this a, hey, straight up. We might need to turn it up a notch. Which of the prophets have not your fathers persecuted? How you talk to them? Kill you, the sons of killers. And they have slain them which showed before of the coming of the just one, of whom ye have been now the betrayers and murderers, who have received the law by the disposition of the Malachim, and have not kept it. When they heard these things, they were cut to the heart. See, this is when murder starts right here. When you cut them down, that's when they think about killing you.
Mm-hmm.
When they heard these things, they were cut to the heart, and they gnashed on him with their teeth. Wow, that's what you call demonic possession right there. You want to take a man in your mouth. That's hey, that's a different type of upset.
Now they gnashed. They spoke. They were speaking against that man. They were speaking against him. They gnashed their teeth. A lot of people thinking they gnashing teeth is like gritting, like trying to bite it off.
Oh,
Spoke
okay.
against. Yeah.
So they weren't literally biting on it.
Nah, that's an idiom.
Okay. Gnashed on him with their teeth, talking bad about him.
Mm-hmm.
But he, being full of the Ruach HaKodesh, looked up steadfastly into the Shemaim and saw the kabod of Yah and Yahusha standing on the right hand of Yah, and said, "Behold, I see the Shemaim open, and the Son of Man standing on the right hand of Yah." Then they cried out with a loud voice and stopped their ears. Hey, listen. People go to throwing tantrums and everything, man, behind this word, man. You go to cutting up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, nan, nan, and nan, nan. Poo poo and stuff like that. You know how the stuff kids do. Now, like they don't want to hear you. Cried out with a loud voice and stopped their ears and ran upon him with one accord, man. The people really was possessed. This ain't normal.
That's just their own stiff necked heart, man. They just, you know.
Want to yell to stop from hearing what the man talking about, and then, because look, when light comes, devils cringe. They want to shut that thing off. They like that. Shut it off. Shut it off. Stop it. That's what it was, man. Turn that light off. Turn that light off. What you
Yeah,
doing?
right. Yeah.
And cast him out of the city and stoned him. And the witnesses said, lay down their clothes at the young man's feet. Where's the part where he said they kill the prophets and they want to kill me? Did I miss that?
What
Oh,
now?
it just ain't in there. The part where he said they killed your prophets and now they want to kill me.
They killed the prophets and now they want to kill me. Uh, let's see what you're talking about. The
Man,
kill.
that thing is not in there, man. It's not in. They don't say that. I know I ain't crazy. I know I hadn't heard him say that before.
You heard Steven say that?
Yeah, well, I didn't hear it. I read it.
I know. You know what I'm talking about. That's idiom. You heard him. You know. Come on now. On that.
Man,
So you heard Steve. You read that Steven said it probably. You know.
they have killed the prophets, and now they want to kill me.
Nah. Yeah. I don't think they. I don't think he ever said they kill. You know. They got to kill the prophets and now they want to kill me.
It's Romans 11:3.
Yeah. It wasn't Steven. All right.
Okay, here we go. Uh, Elias. Yah hath not cast away his people which he foreknew. What ye not what the scripture saith of Elias, how he maketh intercession to Yah against Yasharal, saying, idle need. They have killed thy prophets and digged down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. No, man, I read that another way. I'm trying. Uh,
I mean, the only thing I see here now, this is the scriptures, hallelujah scriptures in 49. Oh, excuse me. 7 and 51 said, "You stiff necked and uncircumcised and hardened ears, you will always resist the Ruach HaKodesh," what you just read, "as your fathers did. You also do. Which of the Nabim did your fathers not persecute? And they killed those who before announced the coming of the righteous one, of whom you now have become betrayers and murderers." So that's, I mean, I don't know, you got a little add on that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, y'all forgive me for that, but I'm telling you, I could have almost. I'm gonna have to pull out my King James.
Was he walking around there where you was at, or did he walk around there with the? Oh, he used the restroom over there. Huh? Yeah. He did. What did he do? You why you got it up? Why you ain't with him?
You got your little dog out.
Little puppy, man. His mother-in-law's dog, man. Little King. I told him I ain't really want him over here pooping on carpet and stuff, man. We don't do that.
Yeah.
Kitchen, don't do. You gonna get? We should have. We should have whooped him.
He probably spoiled, man. Well, you know, with them when they young,
Mm-hmm.
you got signs. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch them smelling and sniffing. When they be smelling, they be trying to build it up, squeeze it out. That's what that's what big boy do, man. He go and sniff. He go in circles trying
Mm-hmm.
to sniff to get it out, and then when he finally find it, he arch up and let
Yeah,
that
that,
thing loose, man.
he did that outside, ran around in circles a little bit, and then
Yeah,
stuff did.
yeah.
What's
Because
wrong with the dog, man?
when they start to doing it in the house, that's what they looking for. They about to arch that thing up, man. But yeah, man, we 3 hours into this thing, man. It's about time. We gonna do we gonna do the other one about the women in the morning or something, man. About 3 hours into this thing, all praises, man. You know, hope y'all got some edification. We done told you. I don't know how much more we could have told you about it. We didn't expounded on it and went all in. And, you know, if you don't want to hear that, then it might not be meant for you to hear. It might not, you know, you may be hell bent on doing it your way and doing it the Greek and Roman way. And, you know, somebody got to do it because how else are the scriptures going to be fulfilled?
Yeah, and but I strongly advise that you get up out of that heathenistic garment. I'm gonna tell you that right now, man. That is not what you want to be having on, be wearing when you never want to do that.
About fringes and
Medium.
dresses, need to be worried about the spiritual fringes, spiritual dress. Because look,
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying that right there because it's an idiom. You know, just that Babylonian garment. That's a you clothed in the loins of your mind with that teaching and that ideas. It's an idiom. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
I get
Like
why you
that.
lay 'em back in with you.
Yeah.
Lay 'em back in
Get
with
on,
you.
get them. Yeah, whoop that dog.
Just lay 'em back. But we just want what's best for our brothers and our sisters, man. We don't want our people to be deceived in no kind of way. And we get the same kind of feeling that y'all get when y'all see y'all people wearing Christmas clothes and talking about Merry Christmas. Somebody tell you Merry Christmas, you probably be like, it kind of throw you off a little bit. You feel a certain type of way. This is the type of feeling we get when we hear people use certain words and stuff, man. And the problem is that you don't think nothing of it. And we brought out the research to show you the pagan origins so that you'll realize that it's something to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the same reason you switch to certain Hebrew words, it's the same reason you need to switch a couple more words. You're not done. You think you're done. You're not done with JC. You're not done with holy and all this. Now, if you did all these things, that's good. But it's some more stuff you gotta
Yeah,
get.
yeah, I agree. We still learning. You right. Absolutely. Still growing, still going, still learning. You absolutely right. However, we passed that stage though. I'm just being honest,
Hey,
past that stage.
listen, we need not the breast these days. You know what I'm talking about? We moved on to strong meat.
Hmm.
So um we just trying to uplift our brothers to the same accord. And there's many other, this ain't our only thing that we speak on. This is just one of the more difficult things for people to part from. We can tell you about pork, you can put that down, no problem. You can see the error in it. Yeah, oh yeah, nah, mm-mm. We can tell you about certain products that got pork in it, and you probably, you know, put that down. But see, when it comes to something like this, though, this is when you find out the real idols. Even if it ain't nothing wrong with the name, I can't say it because it is. But it's like, why can't you? If you know a better name, if Christ is another word for Hamashiach, why just not use Hamashiach?
All right, and here go another one too. And if that's the case, why do they got Mashiach and then they also got Messiah? Because Messiah means anointed too, right? According to definition, right? Messiah means anointed. Mashiach means anointed. Now they say Christ, that's anointed too. It's all anointed. So thumb is anointed too. Thumb anointed. Right thumb, matter of fact.
For real?
No, I'm just saying. I'm
No,
just being serious.
no. Knowing these people, man, you never know, man. You never know, man. I don't put nothing
Right
past
in,
people.
the right thumb, the big toe on the right side, anoint that too. That's anointed. So we can call that thumb anointed too. Ear anointed. Thumb. That's a little inside joke. Hey, look, the priest and the Kohanim, they got when they got anointed, they anointed them on their right ear, on their right thumb, and on their, you know.
Oh, okay. You
Yeah,
went way deep on that.
yeah.
You went deep on that thing. You pulled out the skid steer on that thing there.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that's that. It's not. They cry. That's pagan, man. They incorporated that pagan Shaul in one of them books, one of them letters. He was telling the people, man, be careful. The mutilation is gonna come in, and a lot of anti-Mashiachs, about the anti-Mashiach, and there's a lot of them that they started from us, so they was once a part of us. So we were deceived by our own people. Even when I'm hearing that, because he said they started from us. I'm talking about in that time frame when he was talking about the many of the Mashiach, the many anti-Mashiachs that they started from. They went out from us, but they didn't continue. So it be made known that they was not a part of because they didn't continue in us. They didn't continue in the same teachings and doctrines that the Most High has given us. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Otherwise, it would have still been about, you know, speaking about the Mashiach and truth. You know what I mean? And bearing witness to the one that the Most High Yah sent and brought reconciliation through to Himself. So that's what it's about, man. It's about
And and to real, I be hearing what they gonna say back. Listen, we all worried about ourselves. I know they gonna say, worry about yourself. Don't listen. I I work this stuff out in myself and in my household. This ain't just something I just hop on here and want to tell y'all stuff, and I ain't working on my. Listen, I this is where our sisters have a problem at. Our sisters say we they rod of correction, but who is our rod in correction? When you got a brother that really want to live this walk and really want to walk it out, he's gut checking himself all the time. He don't need a woman to correct him. He don't need another man to correct him. He's always questioning himself to make sure he's in proper alignment with the Most High. These are the type of brothers you got before you today, you know, and so you don't got to come and be on that. Well, worried about just that's just something you say to disregard what we telling you. You ain't got nothing to condemn, nothing besides the fact of you don't like the tone of the voice, or you feel like we ain't in the right spirit. What do you mean come at you in love?
Ye always resist the
All right now, talk
Man, and
Let's stop resisting.
this is the fight we got, that we lose friends, we lose people that we think brothers. They don't want to answer your call no more. They don't want to, you'd be like, damn, I used to chop up all the time. What happened to you? Well, hey, it just is what it is, man. It ain't, I'm here. I ain't went nowhere. Look, I got to take after my Abba and Hamashiach. They said they stand at the door and they knock. So that's where I'm at with it. I'm at the door. I'm knocking. I'm here. You can call my phone, hit me up. We can pick it up like ain't nothing changed. Cause I don't have no ill feelings and hate and all that. They be on other people. Other people getting their feelings and get cut. Nah,
Mm.
I want to get cut. Cause if I get cut, that means it was something that I need to cut about, and I need to fix that thing before it's too late.
Hmm.
I just pray that my people be of the same mind and want correction wherever it's at. Mashak told you, you know, do what they say, but don't do as they do because they bringing you truth. So that tells you the truth is the truth regardless of where it come from. First of all, he telling you about how wicked these men is. He said, do what they say because they bringing you the Torah. They bring you the Torah. They don't do the Torah. Now, me and my brother try to make it to where that's not our testimony. We
That's
do
right.
exceed the righteousness of the Pharisees,
All right.
live it and tell it.
Do that,
But
yeah.
we just said that to point out of how important is the truth and the facts of what we're saying. Don't get thrown off of it. Well, what you got going? What you we talking about we talking about using these words, how these words is wicked. What they got to do with with how we add and subtract? Nothing to do. Listen, are we right or are we right? Stop it, man. If I tell you you need to lose a little weight and you 400 pounds, the fact that my car don't run ain't got nothing to do with the fact that I'm right, but you need to lose weight. Who is you to tell me your car don't even work, nigga? You need to lose weight, man. You about to die. You is
So
really
who
about
you
to die.
tell me your car don't work?
You
What?
is you got a heart attack on the way, and you worry about my car. Yeah, I just gave you a good word. There's a lot of meat on that bone.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. That's a bad thing if you're fat, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what we doing, man. We trying to bring you the truth. Now, all praise to the Most High. You getting it from brothers that's really, you know, walking and seeking and having an honest heart. You're not hearing it from no hypocrites.
That's right.
You want to push that on us and put that on us so you can stay in your wickedness.
Yeah. And some
But the
people
Most
be.
High ain't gonna ask you about us. He gonna
Mhm.
ask you about why you ain't do what needed to be done. You'll be, oh, I ain't believe they knew what they was talking about. Well, they did. Why didn't you go research it for yourself?
Right.
Why didn't you prove it? Why didn't you prove all things?
Right. And hold fast to that which is too, which is good. Huh? Yeah, which is true. Why?
I just want to leave you with that thing because I just know the mindset of our people and all the stuff. So I wanted to try to fight what you're gonna try to get, and I hope you sat through and listened to the whole thing, like like you wanted to get off, but you couldn't get off, and some just made you just keep listening through this whole 3 hours or however long you've been on here for, and we gave you something that's gonna stick with you. You know, we dropped that seed. You might not bud tonight. You might not bud tomorrow. You might not bud till whenever. But hey, listen, I always say, like that Jay-Z song said, you're not gonna be able to say we didn't tell you, Jack. We told you.
You've been warned.
You've been
You've been informed. Mm.
We done took you to Google and Wikipedia. You got this stuff from the heathen, and the heathen then told you the definitions. I didn't pull up Brandon's dictionary and Brandon's what. No, took you to the people that you got it from.
Mm.
This is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Now in the morning we're gonna get up. We're gonna talk about these wild asses. Most High willing, these wild asses snuffing up at the wind of their leisure, and it's a problem. Cause if you pollute the woman, you're gonna pollute the child, and then you're gonna pollute the nation. So it's an issue.
Yeah.
These women out here that's haughty, what kind of daughters you think they having? What kind of sons you think they having? It's deep.
Yeah. It's
You
deep.
think the weave and the makeup and all that stuff ain't no problem? Then your daughter ain't gonna think it's no problem. And her daughter ain't gonna think it's no problem. That's why some of you wear it, because you said your mama wore it, your grandmama wore it. They was good. They was, yeah. That's how long y'all been tricked and bamboozled. That's how long y'all been believing in cosmetology and all this old other stuff they got out here.
Mm-hmm.
Just that long. However long you want to go back. Oh my great great grandmama used to see. I got the pictures. She had on makeup and mascara and yeah. Hasatan was tricking people back then too. You ain't just started. This thing ain't new. Ain't nothing new under the sun with this thing. But see, the difference is this is an awakening. This is the coming into the truth. This is the ending of the famine. It's been a famine, but not a bread and water. It's been a famine of truth because the heathen has been reigning. And this is the time where the Most High is planting seeds to get some people into the kingdom so they can make some babies. I can't wait to get in there. I was talking to the elder about it. I said, man, listen, man, we're gonna be making babies left and right in the kingdom, man. It's gonna be some sexual activity going on in that kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Women gonna be having babies like puppies out here. And we trying to get it. I'm trying to be a part. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to be a part of that thing.
You know what I'm talking about?
Hey, listen,
A kingdom
I
full
want
of.
to do my part to replenish the earth. You know what I'm talking about? Put me in there.
Hey man, you know what? And that's when it's done in this right way, it's a pleasurable thing. And it says, when they talk about our Father, man, it says in his presence is the fullness of joy and pleasures in his right hands forevermore. Like he got, man, come on, man. What?
Yeah. He said
Huh?
he gonna root the fruit of our loins, man.
Yeah.
Be out here playing. Them 7 women that's just cleaving on to one man, them women need babies. They got to get out here. But it ain't all about that. I'm just saying, it's.
That's real.
I forgot how I even got on that. It's about, you gotta get right, man. It's just one part of it. It's just one step on it. And once again, as I said several times throughout the video, I'm gonna keep saying it. What names you use, you know, you still need to live right. Because I know people want to. It ain't about that. It's about how you live. We know that don't mean be deceived. On the other hand,
Mm-hmm.
you living right, but you believe in a lie at the same time. Come on, man. The Most High would not. That's why I told. That's why I told my wife about a woman having a covering, and the fact that the Most High really don't deal with women like that. It's not even our culture for men to be dealing with women directly like that. They usually go through a man, through a covering. And if you're a righteous woman that don't have a covering, the Most High is going to lead you to one. That's how it go. So you mean to tell me the Most High wouldn't deal with me? Well, he's working on getting you somebody that can impart to you the knowledge and wisdom and understanding he would like to have you have. That's how you're gonna be blessed. That's how you're gonna get the fullness of the Most High Yah. Through adhering to his commandments and being Kodash and taking the person that he puts in your life to impart that. Now, if you wicked, you're gonna end up with a wicked husband, you wicked, and vice versa. And this is the fruits, though. This is the fruit. But a lot of time, now listen, it don't come without difficulty. That's why I tell them my man. Anybody you gonna get, listen. The Most High had a garden that had weeds that grew up, and there, he said, "I planted you a grapevine." Where all this other stuff that came from? It's the same thing. It's gonna start out pretty and beautiful, honeymoon phase. Everybody's is cute and hunky dory, but then after so long, vines gonna come up on that thing. They gonna come up because it's prophesied. And but the thing about it is, you got to go in, you got to trim that thing, and it ain't easy. You're gonna bleed. Somebody said something about roses. Like if you ain't bled from your rose, you ain't keeping it right or something like that. Because the vines is gonna prick you in your keeping of it, in your tending to it. It's gonna prick you, and that's what we have in relationships. You're gonna get pricked, but the thing
Well,
is,
proverbially, I've been pricked.
you've been pricked. We
A
all been
few
pricked.
times. He's like,
Hey, we get pricked.
I've been
But
pricked.
now you know what?
It's been prickly around these parts at times.
That first prick, the first couple pricks,
Yeah.
ah,
Right.
ah.
Yeah.
But after you get past all that, you man, whatever, man. I got calluses now. That thing don't hurt like it used to now. I
Yeah.
got tough skin now.
Yeah. Tough, make stronger. Yeah.
But it's, hey, sting is a sting. A ping is a ping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ought to put that on the shirt. A ping is a ping.
Ping
But
is a ping.
you know, it's about the remnant and the enduring to the end. So it's about now. True enough, everybody got options. You know, if a thing don't want to get right, it's a hell for a reason. Hey, listen. Sometimes you got to go to the outskirts. Sometimes there just ain't no other way about it. You know, people got to be banished to the outskirts. But you should always, like our Abba do. We got to do everything like the Most High do. The Most High goes to the ends of the earth for His people and pleads for His people and do all that He can to try to mend the marriage, try to mend the covenant. He said, "Listen, I take you back. You just got to do what you got to do. Now, a person want to do what they got to do, then you got to go to to the outer gates. You got to go out there with the whoremongers and the dogs, and that's what it is in the relationship. That's what it is in this walk. You know, cause he said, listen, a man wanted to have a feast, and he bidded certain people to the feast. He said they ain't show up. Then he said, listen, go get any and everybody who willing to come. And that's what the thing we gotta put the call out, man. Coming to the feast. We gotta prepare for the feast. You think he just calling people to come eat and he ain't had to set no tables, he ain't had to prepare no meals and slay no good. He had to work to even prepare for the feast for people to even come partake.
Hmm.
Then when you set that table nice and right, and they got the smell coming up out of that thing there, they still don't want to. You still don't want to eat.
Mm.
Oh well, listen. Somebody gonna come eat this thing. You ain't gotta come. So, listen, cook that thing right. Somebody gonna listen. They gonna follow their nose like Toucan Sam. You gonna get it there. They gonna come get them some of them groceries, and
Groceries.
and that's how the Abba is, and that's how we got to be. He know that he's worth the work that's got to put in to be for him to be had. That's why he got a high standard. And we got to have a high standard too. And we got to be able to fulfill what we promise and call on, just like listen, he said, try me, man. Listen, stuff I talk about, call me on that. See what I'm talking about.
Right.
I'm gonna come through on that thing.
That's right.
Same thing here. Same thing here. And that's why you gotta watch what you say. Don't say too much. Don't get out there too far, making too many claims and proclamations. He gonna call you on that thing. That's what Isaac did. Isaac said, man, I died from the Most High. He was talking to Ishmael in the book of Jasher. Ishmael was talking about something about the circumcision. He was like, man, I got circumcised, man. Isaac was like, man, circumcised? He said, man, I give my life for the Most High. The Most High was like, yep. Try on that thing. We gonna try on that thing. We gonna see what's up with that. But you know what? Isaac was like, listen. He said, Daddy, he said, I'm gonna do it. He said, I ain't even gonna fight you on it. He said, look, tie me down. No, tie me down tight. he said, tie me down tight and do that thing quick. Please do that thing quick, cause listen, I might, I
Might
might
shake
fold
it,
it.
get up over there or something.
Yeah, I
I
might
see
ship
you
you up over
coming.
there. He said, tie me down tight and just do your business. He said, don't feel bad about it. Just take care of your business. Just like the girl with her daddy. Her daddy said, hey, man, listen. He said, Most High, I love you so much. Listen, first person come through that door. I don't know why he would say this, though. This is just crazy to even say.
Yeah,
He said, the first thing come out my door, I'm going to offer up to you. And lo and behold, his only child come out through that door. His daughter come out through the door. He told her about it. She said, listen, I do it. I just need to go. I just need to go off in the wilderness, hang with my homegirls and mourn for a little while, and then I come back and do it. She said, "Don't feel bad about it. You made a promise. You got to keep that thing." This is a standard that our ancestors got, man. And how they
mm,
got standards, and we come along and make compromises for every damn thing. You are disrespectful to them people that had such a way they was willing to put down life and limb, and here you don't want to give up words. You don't want to give up a word. Isaac sat here and looked at the blade. You think his daddy turned him on his stomach so he couldn't see it, or you think he was looking dead at that thing?
mm.
And he said, "Come on with it." And we got people don't want to give up words, man. People don't be reading the scriptures. I get like I be reading the scripture or something and see it for what it is. I'd be like, man, they really did that like that. Then I consider. Some people don't consider. I consider myself, put myself in that scenario. People don't know, man. I be thinking about getting tortured and all kind of stuff throughout the day. I be like, man, can I stay in that thing? Can I be in that thing like that? Like that's what we got. We got to consider everything and not just be just thinking it's all sweet, man. I was thinking about like for real, like we know this heathen tortures and we know he trying to put unclean stuff in our bodies and stuff. I was thinking, man, what if these heathens came and hopped down on us and I had to like do like the women did in Maccabees and cast my child against a stone? I gotta take them away from here to keep them from being captured and tortured by these heathens, man.
Mm.
Real thoughts, man. And people worried about words. I ain't got no. Look, truth be told, it's compassion that I come and sit down and try to talk evenly and stuff like that. Truth be told, man, I really ain't got a lot of sympathy for a lot of the shit I be seeing for real. Cause it's like I'm taking a hard line about a lot of stuff. I take a lot of like shortcomings and stuff, man. You know, I sleep in my car damn near a couple days a week and shit to be able to have the kind of job I need to have to keep me from having to work Shabbat and having to compromise with the Most High's laws and stuff, man. I got factory jobs here in town. I can get that pay good money. But you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna come ask me to work Shabbat. They'll come ask me to work on feast days that I don't want to work. I don't want to work. So to keep from compromise, not go above and beyond. Here we got niggas don't want to give up words. I'm supposed to feel sorry. But listen, man. Hey, listen, it's only in love I come to you and I said, brother, listen, brother, don't do it. Stop. Stop, please. What I want to say, you ignorant old king, slow of learning,
Mm-hmm.
stiff neck and compromising. Hey, listen, man. I love listen, I love my people. And I think about the most high and I said, man, my frustration with you is like a drop in the bucket. Cause he see the stuff you do worse than just using the words. Like you might use the words and then, you might like jacking off the child porn or something. I don't even know. Like he see all this stuff. He like, man, these people call by my name. That man got a Hebrew name.
Mm.
He call himself the son of the Beni of Yasharal. This man jacking off the porn? Is that bestiality porn you jacking off to? You call yourself a son?
Damn.
I'm just saying, like, we don't know the magnitude of the wickedness that people involving themselves in. And it's like our frustrations don't even compare to the most. That's what he told Paul, man. when Paul got caught up to the Shemaim and he went and showed them hell and all that, and Paul was just like, oh man, he just felt so distraught about the people in hell. And the Malakim told him, he said, man, listen, man, are you more just than the Most High?
Right.
You don't think the Most High feel for these people? Like, you don't think he's been tormented behind having to put these people in this position? Like, he pleaded with them for day. He sent help to them day in and day out. He pleaded with his people, his creation. They refused. That's why they getting what they getting. So when you think
For
about it like that, you're like, man, what can I say? I just got to do what he told me to do and warn them. They don't want to hear. They don't want to hear. Keep it moving. But I try not to think on it too much. The more I think on it, the more it do frustrate me. I'd be
yeah,
like,
it
because
caught me.
it only frustrates me because it's like we do with children, right? You know a certain way about life, and you want to keep your children from it. Even if you did it in the past, you want to try to keep them from going the same road. So it's more of a hurried and it's more of a forceful thing to it. But it's like you're not forcing them in hatred, even though the child can feel that way. Oh, they always on me. They always yelling. Always got me doing that. But you don't understand. It's about discipline, and it's about trying to keep you in the way. You don't realize you're getting off, but it take a person wise that know. Oh, you a couple steps from going all the way off this thing. That's why I'm hard on you. And it take getting older to be like, you know what? Because I respect a lot of the ass whoopings I got now when I was younger. A lot of the stuff I respect it now. I didn't respect it then.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was pure tyranny. I thought I was. Hey, man, look. If I could have called them people on my fault, but I come from a time where you call the police if you want to. The police gonna watch them beat your ass.
Oh yeah, I went through that for real in real life. When I was young. Well, the whooping was already done. It's just I showed him the mark, so it was like, oh, all right, man.
Yeah, you messed up good, didn't you, buddy? You know what I'm saying? But it, it's in love, man. In love, we see. You think that when uh Elijah talked about the prophets of Baal and all that, man? You think them people that was worshiping Baal, you think they wanted to hear what he was talking about? You think they welcomed it? They probably listen before he proved to them what it was. They talked all stuff. Think about it. He came and said, "Listen, man, y'all God ain't it. Your God's not the creator of heavens and earth. Your God ain't nothing. I put I put my power against y'all power, and we gonna see what it is." You think they was like, oh, they was like, man, get out of here, man, come on, man. You don't know what you talking about. Who is you? Who made you Lord over us? How people been talking, man? When you come against this, a nigga kill you by his idol. We understand, but at the same time, we're supposed to be of the mind of not caring and still telling you what it is. And if you kill us, look, Ibanon said it, but he said, uh, if you kill me, then eternal life is not for you, or something like that. He said, that's on you, man. But yeah, man, let's close this thing out. You got any closing words, man? You want to say to the people?
Take heed. Tell people take heed. That's it. Take heed.
You got more than that.
Nah, man. We did 3 hours this thing, man. We almost 3 hours. We 3 hours
Three
in
hours,
this
38 minutes.
thing. I mean, I'm not saying it's not no time frame on it or whatever like that. I'm just saying,
I know
we will be refreshed. We will be refreshed even in
it's about
tonight
140 where you at. It's
in the
12.
morning. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
141 minutes.
almost
So
2 in the morning where you at. You're
we're
not
gonna get in. Y'all willing in the morning? In Boca. You know.
Oh yeah. Well, I do got to go. I want to go.
Yeah. Well, What
Give
you
some
gonna do?
alms out tomorrow, man.
Get some what?
Give out some alms tomorrow. I had plans. Start taking 10%, man, and try to do some taub with it. You know what I'm saying? To the less fortunate and whatnot. So tomorrow, I'm supposed to initiate that for the first time. I didn't really plan it how I should, man. I got a little thing in my car that I could plug up stuff to, outlets and whatnot. And I was realizing at the last minute I need a hot plate. So if I had the hot plate and had a hot plate in the back seat, put the pot on the hot plate and be riding around it. Mm, mm. Here you go. Here you go. Have that. But I'm gonna have to figure out a way to keep it warm, man. You know. I don't know. But anyway, that's the plan for like tomorrow afternoon sometime. But we can try to hit it early in the morning, about you want about 9 or 10 or something like that.
Bro, you can do what you do, man. Long as the rock move on to do it, I'm all for it, man. Y'all will be done, man. Straight up. I know one thing though. I'm finna
I
crash.
see you out now. You can't hold them eyes open. Boy, you look like you need some of that, some of that old school, man. That
Oh,
sesame.
don't mess
You had
around.
some good. You had some of that sesame from the late '90s.
Yeah. I don't smoke. I don't choke.
I know. I'm
No,
just
I'm just messing with you. I'm just talking.
I ain't get like that. You can't open them things up.
Yeah, I can
But yeah,
open.
pray us out, huh? Pray us out.
You know what? I opened up this. I opened up. You All right.
No, that's your job now. I do most of the talking, you do most of the praying, and that's how we gonna do that thing.
All right.
Cause you know
Hallelujah.
you had it on me to do all the talking sometimes. Go ahead, I'll go ahead. I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna get in later. I'm gonna get in later. I just gotta figure out something.
Mhm.
All right.
Barakatah b'Yahweh Eloheinu melech haolam. Tudah Rabbah b'Hasham Yahshua Mashiach. We thank you, Father Yah. We thank you for the knowledge that you have given unto us. We thank you for bringing us out of darkness into your marvelous light, into the kingdom of your Son, Father Yahweh. We thank you for even giving us the ability to become sons. We thank you for all these things that you have done unto us. We thank you for this message that you have brought forth. We ask you that, Father Yah, you know those that really have a heart sincere to worship you, to do those things that are pleasing in your sight, Father. It may have been a hard word for them to see, to comprehend, but be merciful, Father Yah. Compassion, remember your compassion, chesed, your loving kindness, Father Yah, and work with the people. Work with those that are here and having a hard time with, coming to grasp of what was said, what was brought forth, or to allow them to receive it, push them to do some due diligence, that they may do some research, and that they receive your revelation as you bring it into them.
Oh, yeah.
Cause your watering to go forth, Father Yah, and then bring that much increase for your esteem. In the name of Yahushua Mashiach, Father Yah, we thank you for these things. We ask you that you would baruch us, Father, and to keep us as the apple of your eye, and bring us into the heritage of our forefather Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, Father Yah, in the fullness thereof. We thank you. In Yahushua Mashiach, we say that your will be done, and hallelujah.
So
Thank you.
be it. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in. If anybody rolled out this whole 343, listen, we sure appreciate you. We say all praises to the Most High for you. And you know it's 12 tribes,
One nation.
one nation. Hallelujah.
Why you laugh?